This was before Taylor did her massive, haircut change, her look change, right?
She looked really good with the red hair, right? Hey, Hawk Dog, thank you for the subscription. I'm sorry, I was doing Twitch things. I didn't see it, but thank you for that. Yeah, Taylor looked really good with the red hair. That was good. Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure other things have changed, too, in the future of 2027 when we've hit it big. If the future even exists.
Oh gosh, we just really hit the existential dread early tonight.
I've been watching so too real.
Look, it's either talk about raisins or talk about existential dread. That's what you're gonna
That is our brand, pretty much. Yeah.
Raisins are existential dread.
Can I, you know what? I hit existential dread with raisins last night, so I'm starving. It's like 1 a.m. We're just getting out of Taylor and I were like kind of breathing some life back into our home game, getting ready to like get that playing again because it's been a couple of months. It's been on the back burner. And now like I need something to eat. It's been a couple hours. I'm realizing like, oh gosh, I'm starving. And I have a friend who's like a bit of a snowbird. He's here for like 6 months a year, upstate New York, and then he takes off to sunnier parts of the country. So he leaves me with all his food every winter. And I like have not been grocery shopping, but he left me with the box of Raisin Bran. And I stood there in the kitchen staring at this box of Raisin Bran like, I'm really hungry.
Am I hungry enough?
You know, I'm really hungry. Like, do I want to sit here picking raisins out of the cereal for about 2 minutes before I pour a bowl? I did. I did it. I picked the raisins out of the Raisin Bran. Just ate it.
No, I had a similar moment last night. It's 2:00 in the morning. I'm lying in bed, falling asleep, and my boyfriend comes back from like a work trip in New Jersey, of all places, and I was starving. And he walks in. He's tired. He's just drove home. And I'm like, I really want like a chocolate chip waffle.
That's a very specific need.
That wonderful, my favorite person in the world made me a chocolate chip waffle. Yeah. It was amazing.
Everybody out there taking notes? Listen up.
Pop a chocolate chip waffle in the toaster for your significant
other. You just made him sound a lot less impressive.
Sorry,
you make a waffle batter, like the whole
like a homemade chocolate is exactly what I was imagining, like in a waffle maker.
Yeah, no, he definitely made me a homemade waffle.
I mean, we're still proud, man. That's good. Yeah. That's like good, right? But yeah, I was really impressed. I went from really impressed to like, okay, he did the right thing. I'm still really happy. Yeah.
I know we keep talking about our like D&D game that we play in the PSR Discord, but I just have to say, since we're talking about waffles, I just got Davrin Kane to pay 150 gold or 100 gold for a waffle recipe.
After he danced for it too.
After he danced for it.
That was great.
Yeah, that was golden.
It's like, and Adam's like, this is good, Troy. You just like suck money out of people for like this even before it started. We put an establishment. This is relevant to Dragonfly. We put an establishment in the coastal town of Tuscant called the Docks and Waffles. It is on the docks, the seaside docks.
It serves waffles.
It's a waffle stuff.
And in the future, Davrin had given that recipe to my character in that game. So he's like, for continuity reasons, I have to get this recipe no matter what it takes. So it took him dancing on a bar and 125 gold?
100 gold, 100 gold. 40 of which he had to borrow from Catharia.
Cathario, a very, very wealthy halfling indeed. Yep.
Yeah, he's got 6 gold.
Yep. 6 gold, yeah.
Who's the rich person on the Dragonfly?
All our money is stored.
You guys are basically socialists, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it's all in storage, I think.
Yeah, that's very... Yeah. He walks around and he's just jingling.
Is Jake like me after I play poker, where it's just like I have this like I gotta go put it somewhere? It's like, okay, sock drawer, or like just tuck it over. Like you just, I don't know.
I think most people call that a bank.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a thing.
I am totally distracted while I'm like frantically trying to get the Davern Kane emote that we have here at DM Philly uploaded so I can put him next to a waffle. But I'm gonna stop because I've officially tunnel visioned, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I looking for this like tiny version of Davern Kane just for like the 5 of us to enjoy that joke a little bit more? You know what I mean?
Well, we will one day. One day.
Just know somewhere in the recesses of the the
effort was appreciated.
Yeah,
the effort was appreciated.
The closets over here at DM Philly, we got Davern Kane emotes for days. Just know that.
Yeah.
Know that.
Oh my goodness. Oh
man. Thank you all for filibustering while I got here.
DM Philly.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. I'm like so delighted that you made it, and sorry that you had traffic. That's always a disaster.
I don't know why I thought this event that we've been planning for like almost a year, I would just be able to like leave an hour early. I thought that was like, I'll be like, yeah, if I tell people I have to leave at 4, then I'll just be able to leave. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. Like, you're planning a big event.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, so 40 minutes later, I was like, I really have to go. I wasn't kidding.
I had one of those calls with someone today that I've been like overdoing talking to him and trying to like pin down for a thing. And it was supposed to be an hour to like go over all these things, and it was like, okay, we're an hour 20 and an hour 30, and I'm thinking like, I don't know when I'm gonna get this person again, and so I just gotta keep riding the wave. Yeah. I feel you. Sometimes you cannot extract yourself from the situation.
It can be really tough, yeah. And you try to do all like the preamble stuff. Today I had one of the, it's like, I'm amazed it hasn't happened to me before. Like, I'm living country life up here. Nobody calls you on the phone. They show up at your house and pound on the door. You know, I don't have a doorbell. So I'm like sitting here. I just got on the Sabotage stream. Like literally, we're 3 minutes on. They're doing intros. And here I am like, boom, boom, boom. Somebody's like pounding on my door. Which is right there, you know. Like, it's not even like I could like go off screen to like deal with this situation. And now, like, I'm like looking out the window. It's a 4-wheeler I don't recognize. Not even like a car in the driveway. Somebody is like driven up out of the woods behind my house to knock on the door, you know. And I gotta, I'm living a really specific lifestyle.
Yeah, why wouldn't you let me in?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I wish it were. I know. I totally would have been like, "Come on in, I'm streaming."
Grace riding on a 4-wheeler through the backwoods
from Canada to New York.
Yeah.
From
across the border on the 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. There are definitely trails from here up to Canada. Right. I could probably ride to Grace's house on my 4-wheeler if I had gas money. And a map.
Yeah. And like a willingness to cross an international border illegally.
Maps are overrated.
I guess. Yeah.
After talking about it on the internet.
Yeah, that's definitely there, Melissa. You know me.
That's what they call mens rea.
Okay. That was funny. That was actually funny. I just came from a video where somebody was talking about the mens rea. Anyway, I don't know what the point of any of this was, except to say that I'm now in my vestibule with the headphones on, like, I'm working. And this guy's looking at me like, he's not the type of person that understands working from your living room at 2 p.m. You know, very different culture. It was a real moment. I quite enjoyed it anyway. So, you guys all doing well? We're feeling good? We should Dragonfly? We should get to space?
Yeah, let's play. It feels like we're delaying playing, but we want to play.
Yeah, we're not trying to delay playing. Hawk Dog, it's really nice to have you here. Welcome to Twitch TV/DM Philly. We play a bunch of D&D, and we always love having new folks, so enjoy Critical Role, and I hope you have some fun hanging out with us.
And I like poker too, so hey, we will talk about poker at some point. They're talking about teaching how to deal poker. It's good. Yeah. Face down. That's my first tip.
Face down. Good.
Except the games where you deal face up.
I'll tell you, if you're new to D&D, you have questions. We're pretty like interactive chat here. So
we definitely are. Ask questions. These folks pretty much all dungeon masters in their own right, and very knowledgeable and super engaged. I had somebody try to play Kraken's Grasp. You guys remember when I built the rules for Kraken's Grasp in our put? Has anybody ever looked at those rules? Because they're very complicated. I don't know why I do this. I mean, I built them so complicated. So I showed them to some players last week, and they were like, well, we need to play this game. And I was like, are you sure? You're like right in the middle of something. And they're like, yeah, but you designed this game. Let's play it. And then I had to try to like figure out my own rules in the moment. That was a humiliating moment. It was a lot of pressure. But I think I know how to play that better than poker, Troy.
I have no clue how to play Crag. I tried. I had to make up my own curling game in order to have a game that made sense in D&D. We'll have to bring. It's winter now, so we can bring back turling.
We can. I'm excited for turling. Yeah.
Turtle curling. Put them on the back of their shells, and the turtles are totally safe. It's fine.
Yeah, turtles
no turtles are harmed in the making of this.
Better not be.
I got involved in watching a YouTube yesterday that was basically just a golden retriever sliding itself down a ski mountain, and it was the most joy I've ever had in my life.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
We're just talking.
We're never playing D&D.
Yeah.
Slide.
No, we're not.
Classic break.
It was the most beautiful golden retriever, just like throwing itself down the hill. Yeah, I tricked you.
This is the thing.
Speaking of golden retrievers,
what we do.
No.
So, to the matter at hand, the Dungeons and the Dragons and the space. Do you guys have any like bookkeeping, housekeeping questions? I know we got items to identify and yada yada, but any like last minute stuff we need to go over before we dive in?
Nah, I'm assuming I've had a long rest since I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, they actually sent you for a nap. So.
Yes.
Told you to go take a nap.
You're getting too moody, Reginald. Go take a nap.
Yeah.
When
Stop talking to Ask.
when last
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, I forgot.
Creepy. Don't talk to the floating orb.
Buddy system.
Yeah.
buddy system. Buddy system.
All right. Reset us, DM, because I got no clue.
When last we left our heroes, over the past 10 days, the crew of the Dragonfly, a small Spelljammer vessel tasked with exploration of the stars. The lot of you had stopped at a series of places, one of which being the Aether Station, a ruined dwarf fortress taken over and inhabited by a man named Occam, a man with a collection of exotic items, exotic creatures, and exotic people who were clearly locked inside prison cells that he called display chambers. You all did not take well to this, as the crew of the Dragonfly does not stand for oppression. And thus, finding oppressed people, you broke them loose. Being chased as you fled this Aether Station, you made a decision. A bluff, a double bluff, a bluff upon a double bluff. You went to the Decidium Spiral, an asteroid field created by a planet ripping itself apart through its revolutions. I love to say that every week. And thus, you have been hiding and weaving and bobbing through this place for the better part of 10 days now. You found a community of people here. You've traveled to the ethereal plane. You discovered the ruins and remnants to the great library, an edifice created at the end of the last age as an attempt to consolidate and codify all known knowledge of the worlds. But through all of these encounters, you were pursued. Occam, having sent a group of his elite mercenaries, let's air quotes elite, mercenaries after you. You found yourself pursued by a second Spelljammer ship, that of the Rover, much larger than your own. A fight broke out. Their captain, the dwarvish woman, Captain Westwind, unleashed upon you her many automatons and constructs. A crew of orcish mercenaries fought from the deck of the ship. You defeated them. You captured the Rover. You imprisoned the captain and the ship's mage, a strange warlock named Morris, and you showed some mercy to the man named Cade, who turned on Captain Westwind to join you during this deadly melee. So, last week, after having discovered that one of the orbs that you have collected, ostensibly an orb filled with information cataloged in this last age, is actually a sentient entity. It has a mind of its own, designated the Accumulating Shadow Chronicle, aka Ask. It has indicated to the lot of you that your mandate does not countermand its own special purpose to gather as much knowledge as it conceivably can about the shadow plane, the denizens of that realm, and the ways in which you can transport yourself to and fro. It petitioned the professor to bond with him, insinuating that it could achieve higher function if a user were to create a bond. The professor, somewhat put off by this, ended up handing off the shadow orb to Doc last week, as it had a second candidate in mind, informing the changeling artificer that she was, in fact, potentially a superior life form. It did say potentially. I went back and listened. And asked if you would be willing to bond with it. Nobody was. And so, operating with the buddy system to make sure that nobody could be alone with the scary shadow orb, the lot of you had a series of conversations. Rhea, Lux, Doc, taking, of course, old Ben, the Kobold Space Wizard, with you. You went and talked to Captain Westwind. You spoke with Morris, the Warlock. And you started killing the Mephits, which are also locked in the bowels of the ship, the Rover. And after some conversation and some combat, Occam appeared on the ship, having teleported to the location. A fight broke out. You defeated him. Or did you? As whatever version of Occam came after you melted into a puddle of water on the deck of the ship. And so, collecting the trinkets that he had, a series of iron stones and an exotic-looking bracelet with chains attached to some rings on one of his hands, we pick back up tonight.
What?
Yeah.
Just like blinging with goop?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I should do this in character. Okay, fine. Continue.
So we pick back up tonight, having told the professor, "Go take a nap, Professor. You seem flustered." You were left on the Dragonfly while the ladies of the crew, Lux, Rhea, and Doc, made their way to the Rover for these interrogations. I believe the three of you were heading back to the Dragonfly at the end of the episode. So I think that the scene opens tonight as the ramp on the back of the small insect-shaped ship drops to the surface of this asteroid where you are parked, and the three of you come striding back up into the bay, the flying kobold following close behind.
Professor! Are
Yes?
you awake?
Yes, of course I'm awake. I've been awake for quite a while, waiting for your return.
Oh, great. Lux, covered in blood, and has a battle axe now.
It's actually a great axe. She has Cade's enormous
sorry.
great axe over her shoulder, and only one of her two signature hand axes at her hip.
Yeah, I think you both took damage, right? Doc and
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
didn't take any
Yeah.
damage. I don't think. So
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just, like,
no.
clean.
Doc is also a bit roughed up.
Yeah.
Clancy protect.
Goodness! What on earth happened? What fix for her? What you repair? Who?
Hold on.
Who is
I'm all right.
healing
Just a little
whom?
dinged up. I'm okay. I'm just a little dinged up.
You're-
We're all right.
We did
Yeah,
do
Lux, how are you looking?
I'm really not that bad. I'm 35 out of 55.
I'm
so
36 out of 52. So, let's see.
With all due respect, Lux, you look a disaster.
well, that's okay. We got more important things. Who's got the bling?
Yeah, pulled
Oh,
it
yeah.
Where's
out.
the stuff?
The what?
Reggie, I didn't, bother to. Can you look at this stuff?
So, here's what happened. Okay, we talked to Captain Westwind. She's kind of whatever. We're not really sure. Talk to Morris.
He's
Don't ask
creepy.
about
Yeah,
his
don't talk
parents.
to him.
Oh, yeah. Don't ask him about his
terrifying.
mom. It's particularly weird.
Yeah, nope. We decided that we should probably take out some Mephits in case like Occam comes and tries to release them on us and
We
whatever.
also hypothesized
So
that
we
maybe
took
the
it-
elemental is being oppressed and we should free it. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it powers,
Powers
the
the ship,
so
yeah.
that's the whole thing.
yeah.
But anyway, so we're hanging out killing the Mephits, and Occam shows up. But it's
What?
clearly No. Listen, just
like water
hold on
Occam?
to your hat. Yeah, not actual Occam, like not as decked out. Like,
But pretty
also there
decked
was
out.
like a demon.
Just not super decked out.
There was a demon that
Yeah.
got summoned that did a lot of hurting.
Demon.
Yeah.
Cade did help.
Yeah.
He did help.
Hope so.
And yeah, it was a little scary there for a second, but we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they had all of these things. This Occam thing that turned into just a puddle had a lot of things.
And we're trying to make sure that Ben doesn't meld with the orb because it seems like something.
Yeah.
Buddy system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the kobold behind you, like.
Yes. Goodness me, that is a lot to take in.
Yeah, well, you did sleep for a long time.
We also did feed them.
Oh yeah, we gave them food and water because we're not like bad people.
Oh, we're out of cheese again.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we.
You fed them
Well,
mines.
You know, the crazy guy really wanted cheese.
Yeah, it was a
He
whole.
wouldn't eat the mushrooms.
He can't. He
He
couldn't.
had
eat
an
very
allergy to
much.
fungus.
Yeah.
Which seems awfully convenient. I
Fungi
think he just didn't
allergy.
want to eat the fungus, but whatever. I'm not gonna like question. I'm not gonna make you like
There
prove
were
you have an allergy. If you
reasons
say
and
you
other
have an
things.
Oh,
allergy.
also Morris is talking to Occam. They speak.
Oh yeah, they're
Yes.
like
Yep.
connected.
They can do that.
Occam
Yeah.
sends a message to Morris, and then he can
So-
respond.
Yeah.
The thing with Morris is that they clearly think they're like destined for some higher purpose that includes the like endless oblivion.
And I may have promised
And-
to free them if they help us defeat Occam.
I heard that, yeah.
We'll just drop him off.
I
somewhere.
was
It'll be fine.
lying at the time. I don't know if he knows that, but like I did say those words.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you see Reginald just like turn around and walk away.
Wait, no, Reg.
come back.
You gotta.
Wait.
Yeah. Wait.
Wait.
Like
Did you
And he
take
just
the step?
continues.
Look at these things. There's shinies.
I think he took like whatever got
Okay, I'll
handed to
have
him, and he's not even like looked at
Okay.
it.
wait, no, we need you to
And
do,
you just-
I can go take a nap and try to do it myself, but like if you could do it now, that would be really helpful.
I think he's like continued in toward like the room where he like naps or rests. I don't know if it's a shared
Okay,
room.
so you
or
just
what.
identify, and we'll talk to you later. You just take some time to process.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Bye.
You're welcome to join if
He
you would
didn't even-
like. I
oh,
just
okay.
needed a moment.
No, we'll
I think as you call that, Reg, and like you turn, you see like floating right at your shoulders the purple orb about to
Shoot.
Go.
Go.
Hey,
Get out of here.
Go away.
You
Shoot.
gotta have a buddy,
require
Reg.
companionship, I can accompany you.
No,
Very well.
please leave. And I think he will like shoot the
And
orb.
the orb like floats back into the hall, and I think it just like turns the pupil of like this single floating orb turns and like looks at like Lux and Rhea and Doc and is like,
I know when I'm not wanted.
Go talk to the plant.
and then, like
Don't
turns
make me feel bad
floats
for
up
you,
into the
giant
cockpit of the
weird orb.
Don't.
Go.
My goal is not to elicit sympathy, merely to accumulate knowledge.
Great. Go talk to the plant. It's got all sorts of stories.
Can't you hear us when all? Can't you just hear us anyway?
It's actually
There's no privacy
quite
anymore.
a conversationalist.
I think as you all like come into the room, you see like Reginald's already set down whatever you handed him like on the table there, and is now using both of his hands in order to prepare tea, and like is moving about what you would maybe recognize, but certainly quickly identify to be like a very routine ritual of like what he pours, what he collects. And I think at one point he would stop and turn and say, "Would you be joining?"
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No.
And he like counts out more heaps of this like loose leaf tea that he then begins to steep. And like kind of once it's set with the hot water, I think we'll turn and look back to you and say, "Okay. We shall give that approximately 97 seconds. What first?"
as you look to what they have given you, there are 3 gemstones, similar to ones that you would know. There's a dark blue rhomboid, a pink rhomboid, and a pale blue rhomboid. I hope that you know what a rhomboid is, because otherwise those are very weak descriptions that I've offered. So there are these 3 separate small gems. And the secondary item, it looks to be like a pair of rings attached to like some gold chains that make their way back from the rings towards like a separate bracelet device. And there's this kind of onyx, like obsidian triangle at the base where like the chains connect to the bracelet.
Okay. I think he would say, are we in a rush in order to identify these? Or
No.
Take our time?
Like, it would take like hours. But yeah.
Right. No, approximately 10
Well,
minutes.
these 2 got arrested,
Enough
and
for a
then,
tea.
we should go fight Occam.
Yeah. Now we have to go fight
Yeah.
him. For real, because that was not him.
Yes, the non-watery...
Yeah, do
real
you know
one.
what that? Do you know what's up with that? How can he be water?
Yeah. We couldn't figure it out.
What is the issue? He arrived on the ship and then dissipated once you defeated him?
Yeah.
Into a puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think on that. Do I have any
You
clue?
can make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I will make an Arcana check. Meanwhile, T is steeping.
Oh. 26.
Yeah, it was unspoken in its
20.
it was unspoken in its abilities, but the accumulating shadow chronicler, also an excellent egg timer if you need to get accurate with that 97 seconds.
Yeah, no, that's not in the room.
Okay,
It's not in
it's
the room.
26. Reginald, you are reflecting on what your friends have told you. Occam appeared, they defeated him, and he melted into a puddle of water, leaving these trinkets and the robes that he was wearing behind. And you begin to reflect back on your experiences with this human so far, recounting and remembering the last time you scryed him using the crystal ball here on the Dragonfly, and recalling that just at the end of the 10 minutes that you were watching him, he had opened a closet that was filled with snow and ice and begun kind of like working it together. And I think as you reflect on your quite broad knowledge of the arcane, your time in the Gift Queue Academy, you think of a singular spell, a spell called Simulacrum, wherein the caster can in fact replicate themselves with illusory magic woven over a body made of ice and snow, offering them effectively a secondary self until such a time as this duplicate is destroyed.
And in that way, it operates as, in some ways, a man of snow, one might say, or a snowman. Once defeated, then dissipates to its constituent form, and whatever it was decorated with, whether it be gems or a pipe, it would then drop to the ground to be recovered. Some tea. And I think he would like go and hand each of you a thing of tea and begin starting to identify the gems, unless there's anything else that people want to discuss.
I guess just knowing that was the spell that was cast, does that give us more information about Occam and like what he might be capable of if he's like capable of casting that spell?
Goodness.
The guy's also pretty decked out in trinkets.
Do I have a
So-
sense of like the scale of difficulty of a simulacrum spell? Like
Yeah,
how
I think
powerful
you know,
that is?
Yeah, I think you know it's like a 7th level type of spell that is pretty powerful.
Great. It's totally fine.
Cool. So he has 7 level spells
We're fine.
and trinkets.
Yep.
about that.
You did?
Is
Now-
Rich
now
setting
it
up a
is possible.
TPK?
Here's-
Is this
no,
the
no, no.
Dragonfly?
It is
What? Is this how
possible, I
chapter 1
should say.
Dragonfly ends?
No, logic does imply that one should consider all of the options available to us. One is that he is capable of casting such a spell on his own through his own training. The other is that he, in his infinite collection of items and objects, has acquired such a mechanism, such that he does not have that power himself, but has it at his beck and call.
Can I ask a question about the key thing that's used for the thing? The methods are in, and we have Morris. And does that thing look like the same thing that was used to open Yana's tank?
Yes, it looks like very similar. It's not
Not
exactly the same. It's not exactly the same, but it's the same stylistically, where it's like a round medallion, and like the specific detail on it is like a little bit different in terms of the finish.
Do we have the one that opened Yana? Because we.
Yeah, you sure do.
Oh,
yeah,
so-
you guys like let Yana and Sharp Jumper go, and then Lux grabbed the plant, and you all ran.
Yeah, I mean, could be a plan of just cause maximum chaos in this room.
I mean, honestly,
There was that. There was that
Liberate the
unicorn
masses.
that we were talking to that could, seemed like it would be on our side.
That you were talking to. You
Did I-
spoke with a unicorn?
well, it was in
It was in
our
our
It
minds.
minds.
spoke telepathically with you, and it told you
Yeah.
like, "Don't fear for me. I'll be fine."
Don't fear for
Yeah.
me, Argentina.
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
basically, yeah.
Amazing.
I think it
So the-
said something of like, "I will see you again." You know.
Yeah.
We have delayed and dallianced quite a bit. Is today the day that we take Arkham head on?
Not today. These two need a rest.
Need
I
a
need
little
a
nap.
rest.
Little nap.
Hmm.
But then after that, presuming that he doesn't just just come like himself. Oh, should we destroy that shadow like thing that he can teleport to
What?
on the back of the rover?
Oh, did it come
Big
from
eyes.
that?
Like that Morris said there was a beacon that's what he
I
was
do
we
have
can just
some
break that.
memory of that.
Wait,
Morris effectively. Yep. Go
could
ahead.
we? Wait, we don't have any ability to go. Could we use it? We don't have any ability to use it.
That's
do
a
we?
great question.
Can I go check it out?
Run back.
Sure.
We buddy system.
Okay, Reggie, identify.
Yeah, I'll stay
I'm gonna
with.
go back.
Yeah, I'll stay with Rich. If you want to go
Yes,
check it out.
boss.
Okay.
Okay. So Doc and Lux are gonna like dart back over to the rover.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we? So Reggie, what are you doing? You're gonna continue identifying?
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's just going to say to Rhea, they didn't even finish their tea.
Yeah, no, they didn't. It's gonna be cold when they get back.
Yeah, and the properties of it will not be as strong either.
That's okay. They've got a lot of blood on them, so they got other things I think on their mind.
Unlike our plant with us, I do not believe that the changelings are capable of absorbing
No.
blood for nutrition.
No, got to get it off with a shower or something.
Mm.
I feel like it's at this point where Lux like barrels back into the. I forgot my teeth.
I should expect that cup returned in one piece.
That rat
It
with
is an
porcelain.
I
arrow.
have Mendon, so don't worry.
Yeah, I also have bending.
Yeah.
Oh, mending. I see. I thought, what
Mended.
is mended? Never heard of that.
Yeah, I got Mendon,
Who's mended?
Yeah, sure,
you know.
And I think like Reg will start to identify the objects.
Okay, so over the course of like the next half hour or so, you're able to kind of start identifying the gemstones. You recognize them as being very similar to the one already in your own possession, an Ioun stone that when activated, they will levitate, circling just above the user's head. These three in particular offer additional strength and fortitude to their user, as well as the ability to avoid being caught flat-footed or surprised. So, yeah, One of them like makes it so your mood just fires the Ion Stone of Awareness, and then one of them gives you +2 con, and one of them gives you +2 strength.
Well, then.
Not insignificant.
One could put these together and do quite a thing.
Yeah, that's what Akam
He was
doing.
wearing all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a thing,
Yeah.
yes.
So now this final piece of jewelry as you're working over it, Professor, it's very unfamiliar to other items you've seen. It seems very delicate and not really that ostentatious, but as you're kind of identifying it, its properties begin to reveal themselves to you. You realize that it needs to be like in contact with the user's like skin, their flesh. It couldn't be worn over a glove or underneath a gauntlet. But as you begin to decipher the magic within it, you recognize a type of conjuration and the like power of like force magic, and I think you come to understand that this strange item can in fact be used to conjure and manifest weapons of pure force in the wielder's hand, as it were. Effectively allowing you as a bonus action to conjure any like simple or martial melee weapon in like a kind of insubstantial state, and it just does force damage rather than whatever damage type it normally does.
But the same amount of damage.
Yep, correct. No +1s or to hit or damage or anything. It's exactly the same as a normal weapon, except that it's made of force and just force damage.
Cool.
Well, I know quite a few people upon this ship. Well, maybe not currently, that would love something like this.
Yeah.
And I think he just kind of like holds it out. Do we need to decide this now? Who will wield
No,
what?
it's just you and me in here, Reg. We should. We could. You want to figure out who should get everything?
That's what I was. I don't know. I was
Well,
proposing
who do you think?
that, perhaps. See, I'm bad at making these. I do make tactical.
Okay, let's
choices,
say
but
it.
strategic ones
We'll
like
say it at
this.
the same time.
Okay, for this.
Yeah,
one,
two,
two,
3.
3.
Is it
Man,
me? It's me, right? That's a really fancy
Yeah.
bracelet.
You said there's people who love it. I figured Ben would love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome.
Do you want
Ben.
Doc's tea?
I don't
It's
mean
half
to
a
be
tea.
lurking like this. It's just it's the buddy system. I was told I'm not supposed to be alone, and the Shadow Orb is out there talking to the plant. And it's a little
I
bit of
see this with
heebie-jeebies.
all due respect, Ben. But aren't there like half a dozen other people on this ship at the
Yeah,
moment?
yeah. I mean, that's a great point. I'll go find Jake. Jake.
I'm not telling you. Oh, goodness.
And so, like, the little, like, lizard man goes, like, fluttering, his wings, like, pumping too fast as he, like, flies out of the room. Jake, wake up! Buddy system! He's like, yeah.
I feel as if this is the second person I've kicked out of the room. I did not intend to be rude.
No, it's fine.
I think that the scene shifts, fading to black on Rhea and the professor as they sit in one of the chambers, the very few rooms of the Dragonfly, as we fade back in, the camera like coming into focus on like Lux and Doc as the pair of you are like making your way across the deck of the rover. Cade and Sharp Jumper just kind of like talking over near the cabin. You know, they just sort of nod to you as you head down below. And so, yeah, you guys tell me, what do you want to do here?
Oh, wasn't there also a robe?
Yeah, you did get Occam's robe. It was not magical. It's a silken
Not
robe covered in the moist, snowy blood of this fake Occam. There's no
Oh,
blood. It's
lovely.
just water. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I said that very strangely.
Also,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Also, what kind of tea is it?
What kind of tea is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an herbal tea that has elements of like chamomile and hold on, I'll tell you exactly what kind of tea it is. Give me a moment here, because I have this written down.
You're telling me a camel built this
It's yeah, right. It's a mix of elderberries, elderflower, chamomile, rose hips, and echinacea.
No, roses had hips.
They do.
We're on fire.
That's what it,
Dude,
what it
Rose
says.
hips don't lie. Yeah.
That's what it says. It's very tasty.
hips
I
are-
think after you drink it, you just generally feel like a little bit calmer.
Nice. Wow, this is a good tea.
Great.
You did a good job. So yeah, I was at like the back of the ship, I think.
Yeah, can we just like storm up to this crystal thing at the front and try to figure out what's up with it?
Sure, you
Yeah.
can. Yeah. So like Doc, you come like striding down the stairs and there's this big sort of like shadowy looking purplish black crystal that the spiral staircase is kind of circuiting around. It has or wait a second. Yeah, I'm sorry. The one in the back has a bit of like a almost cage built around it in the center of the stairs. And there's sort of this like purplish bluish light emanating through this very carefully carved kind of like filigree and almost these like geometric runic pattern sigils like woven into the metal that's encased around it. So sure, you want to make an Arcana check, Doc,
Yeah.
as you're going to try to like decipher what's up here.
Is there any way I can assist?
25.
I guess it is.
25. You're like trying to assist Lux, though this is like not your area of expertise. You've been on a lot of ships, and you're like offering what suggestions you have. So I think, Doc, as you like start assessing it, like peering into it, it's really hard for you to determine exactly how this thing works or how it was built. But I think you're able to like pretty clearly recognize some like similarity in the kind of shading and the color, the energy that's emanating up off of this thing. I imagine you with like maybe some meters and some like equipment or something, like kind of parsing this stuff. It's very similar to the energy like near the planar gate that you guys were just at, which connects to the shadow plane. And I think that while the specifics are hard for you to discern, you're able to like take away from it somehow this is like acting as a sort of like stationary point, creating like a focal point that a teleportation spell could like hone in on, because it has in fact like some type of like shadow matter inside of it, like something explicitly from this plane of shadow. And it's this real contradiction where like it's from another plane, and so it's this like singular kind of fixed point despite the fact that it's like moving everywhere. And it sort of doesn't make sense to you academically, but you understand that like intellectually that's how it's working despite the irrationality of all of it. Magic.
Yeah. And it seems like one way, right? Like it's not like you locate that. It's not like something, it doesn't have like a pair that you
It doesn't have a pair. No. It's like a beacon, right? If that's really what it is, right? It's like a radio beacon or something, like pinging like a tower for somebody to be able to like focus in on and lock onto.
Cool. Any chance I can figure out how to break it?
That's great. I think you definitely, with the 25, you could imagine how you could break it. Let's make a second Arcana roll. Yeah, what were you going to say, Lux?
Oh no, nothing. I'm just.
You want me to
motioning
axe the
with my
shadow?
Yeah.
great axe. Like,
Doc is gonna look at
Doc's
Lux and be like, maybe, but like, let's figure out that's what we want to do first.
Make a secondary Arcana roll.
12.
Okay, of 12. You
I have
feel
+8 too. That's a really bad roll.
you feel pretty confident you could take off the kind of like caging, the metal like filigree around it, and expose it, and that it wouldn't be an incredibly difficult task to then like break it once you take that off, though you're not sure what the repercussions of that would be, you know.
Because is he gonna know that we broke it?
I mean, I think he probably knows that, his like duplicate thingy is probably gone.
That's fair.
So, and he has contact with what's his face.
Okay.
So like, I think he knows. I think he's capable of knowing whatever he wants to know at this point. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
should we run back over to the others and check quickly if they agree that we should try to break it? Or should we just do it?
That smile.
I guess it would be the smart thing to do to go talk to them about it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reg.
Okay.
You know, if they break it, that's fine. It would make sense. You know, the way you can't.
I should hope that they would know that we would support that decision. The whole point of them going over there.
Then he can't teleport in, but you never know what they're going to do.
What if happens if they come back here and then he teleports wild?
It'd be nice if they came in and checked in, but they don't.
Don't we have sending stones? Does somebody has a sending stone and somebody else has the other one, right?
Oh yeah.
The standing stones of convenient placement, you mean? Whereby
where
each episode, one of them
they're
is
like,
with somebody. Yeah.
Doesn't nobody remember? Hey, who's got this? Hello? Hello?
It's waiting
It's
for
Lux.
Philly to have it
I'm
be
waiting for
open.
Ben to answer.
I was thinking that too. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I hear you.
You have a sending stone.
Convenient placement.
Is it in the plan?
How did we do?
Is this
How did you
user
get
designation Lux?
I asked, can you give this to can you go give this to Rhea and Reggie, please?
Affirmative.
Thanks.
Can he hold it?
I am
Or go get
compelled to inquire. Do you have any interest in bonding with me? I can, in fact,
No,
engage higher
no.
function.
I don't want what you're selling. Take me to Rhea and Reggie. Take this. The thing you're holding?
Affirmative.
And I think
you.
that, like, slowly floating up in front of the door, you just see the sending stone in the barrier. And then, like, floating just behind it comes the shadowy orb, the purple, like, pupil, this perfectly, like, spherical piece of, like, marble this big, like, hovers in front of the door. The sending stone is levitating.
Why
next
do you
to it,
have?
like,
Who have you been talking to? Why do you have that? Oh,
Hey guys.
all right.
It is user designation Lux.
Yes.
She is not amenable to bonding.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped this on the floor. I felt that I should retrieve it.
Thanks.
No problem.
I don't know. I'm okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
I don't
you
know you
very
anything.
much.
Thanks for bringing it, but I don't know. Just so you know, there's no. Also, you haven't.
I don't know you anything either.
Okay.
We're
Thank you, Oscar.
even.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome.
and I can just, like, peering straight at you, just, like, levitates, like, out of screen to the right, you know?
Rhea, have you noticed that many of the people we encounter in space are seeking some form of bonding?
Aren't we all looking to make a connection? You know? You know? Aren't we all?
Are we?
No, me neither. Yeah. No, wait, can they hear?
Hey guys.
Hey, yeah, no. We're not. Wait. What? So Reg figured out what the things were.
Oh great.
Sorry.
So yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys okay over there?
Yeah, no. Yeah. No, we're good.
What,
You know what's confusing
what are
when
they
you say
saying,
yeah, no,
Rhea?
yeah. I don't know.
You just keep saying yeah, no, yeah.
They're not saying anything. They just said, "Are you okay?" So I said, "Yeah." Yeah, no, yeah, we're fine. You know.
I mean, like, I understand, but
Yeah.
like other
So-
people might not
Yeah.
understand what that means.
Yeah.
When you say yeah, no, yeah. Like, is that yeah or is that no?
Basically, whenever you finish shot, it means.
Yeah.
So listen, you guys. This like shadowy thing is definitely like a beacon, and like, can we smash it?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
If
Okay,
come
great.
check on us if you
Oh,
don't hear from us.
wait. Do you
in
want us
the
to
next
be
bit.
there? Should we be there?
I don't know. Like, what if it explodes?
Yeah. Maybe we should.
What if it creates a vortex or some sort of black hole? Or what if it...
I mean, I'm good with portals.
Oh.
Yeah, then is it better for all of us to be there or
No.
for us to not be there?
But if you don't hear from us,
Uh-oh.
know that something has gone wrong.
Oh no, the whole map.
Perhaps we should go and look out the window as they smash it.
Well, they're like down
Just
in
in
the
case.
they're down in the ship. They're down in the rover.
Yeah, but what if like the entire ship explodes?
Oh,
You'll see
I
that.
see. I see.
The back
Okay.
half of the ship gets eaten into like a black hole.
alright.
If that happens, do something about it.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
what do
figure
we?
it out.
If it's a
Yes.
portal, what do we
It'll
do?
be fine. I'll go through the portal,
Okay.
It's an
especially if we're
excellent
not
piece of
there.
advice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Great.
go hit the thing.
We'll check in after we smash it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think, like, Reginald after that would say to Freya, "Go through the portal."
What?
No.
If they
Yeah,
if they
no.
get stuck in it, if they get pulled into it, you don't want to go in there. We don't have to decide now. You know.
We should not decide now. It will almost certainly not be exactly that.
Yeah. That. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
It feels like we
Yeah.
should follow them, but no, it's fine. We don't have to decide.
What should we? We should go.
What?
I'm prepared to go. I'm well rested.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What if they get pulled in right now and they're not rested?
I don't know. Perhaps if we stand.
Oh wait,
wait
we have
longer.
to take that metal
Oh
thing
yeah.
off first.
I
Hold
think
on.
we agreed you could do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I think yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we cut back as like Doc is like taking out her tools, many of which are covered from the Mordekaiser. You're like prying, you're unconnecting like rivets, you're unscrewing screws and bolts. There's wrenches. Waffle's got like his little tail. He's like unscrewing things, right? And that's like the whole like metal thing is like kind of come loose now. A lot of you able to like pull it up off the top. It's a little awkward. It like clangs a little bit, but it's this sort of like domed, kind of brass-looking like metal filigree with all these patterns and rune work, leaving this kind of jagged, sharp edge, smooth-sided, many-faceted, sort of crystalline object jutting up out of this pedestal on the ground. This like purplish, blackish blue kind of like color, just shifting, amorphous in the back. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
We want to hit it with our axes.
You smash two changelings, two axes. Axes come hammering down into it. And I think rather than have you roll a bunch of attack rolls and damage against this thing, I think the first axe falls like tang tang, and like shards kind of the littlest bit, and you two hammer again and again, and we see like this fissure begin to like crack running down the edges. We hear the kind of like rending of it, flakes falling and like kind of rattling off the axe blades, like clattering as they hit the ground. And finally,
Can I use my planar warrior to do all force damage?
yeah. Finally, you, Lux, wielding this massive great axe given to you by Cade. You, Doc, with the battle axe that you've been swinging since the early days of Malpiety Prime. Both axes hammer down, force and steel, slashing and force and there's like this shattering crack, and I think huge pieces of crystal kind of ricochet, like rebounding off the stairs around you. One side of the entirety of the crystal, like as it falls to the deck of the ship, and this slow purplish black mist, almost solid in the way that it moves, begin to kind of roll up out of the center of this crystal. And I think that the pair of you like take a step back as it starts to like fill the space a little bit, and then you see two eyes open from within the mass of it, gleaming red, and this voice in your mind's like, I am freed. And yeah, we're gonna have you guys roll initiative real quick.
We done did
Something
it.
goes wrong, we'll
We
know.
did
Rhea.
Maybe others.
Yeah, I mean, does Lux have time to be like, there's a pair of eyes? Like into the
Sure, on her turn in initiative, she would. Yeah.
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 Great. Love it.
Good
I love
answer,
it.
DM.
I love
Good
it.
answer.
I love
Yeah.
it. Wow, look at that initiative.
Look at that initiative. Doc, you have a
Wow.
moment to react as the shadow in front of you begins to manifest into this shape with these bat wings. The shadow kind of extending out, looming up into the edges of the space. Long, twisting, almost horns like antelope, ringed, rolling down next to it. These gleaming red eyes. Its arms too long. Its fingers far too long. The shadowy claws on the end even longer. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I am going to let me just pull things up. I'm going to cast Branding Smite as a bonus action, and then I'm going to hit it.
Oh my God! Talk about Davern Kane again. He would be proud as you like focus the energy on like your battle axe, wielding it over your shoulder. This glimmering kind of red beginning to flare around it. That's your bonus action.
Yeah. I'm going to hit it with my axe. 20?
20 hits. You
Okay,
like
so-
step in, cleaving for 16 points of damage plus
2d6 radiant damage. Plus 4 radiant damage, so 20 total.
Yep, that's going to be 20 total. Okay.
Max
Uh,
damage.
yeah, that's it. And then I'm going to hit it again. 27
Yeah, it hits.
or 13.
That's 33 altogether in like 2 attacks. Your axe like flying up into the air, arcing down into it. The kind of fire radiating up off of it. I think we hear it like this like horrible, like terrible scream. Doc, that's your bonus action. That's your action.
Yeah, Waffle's going to fly over here and do... I believe he can just take the dodge action because I don't have a bonus action. Yep.
Right,
So
you
he's
have to
doing
use
dodge
your bonus action. Yep.
things. That's my turn.
Okay, sick. Waffle comes like racing up over the stairs, circling around behind this thing. With that, it goes turning at you. Golly. It is glowing now. It definitely is not in any kind of like stealth or anything like that. I'm just double checking myself. Yep. Okay. It like lunges itself forward at you, claws slashing for you, Doc.
Waffle's going to do his thing for the first attack.
Okay, nice. So he has disadvantage on the first attack. Waffle like surging down in to interfere with this thing as it lunges. 17 and 19.
17 misses, 19 hits.
Okay. As its like claws dig into you, you feel no pain on your flesh, but there is like this terrible screaming pain that just echoes through your mind. You hear like the reverberations of its kind of pained cry echoing in your head. That's its turn. Lux, you're up.
First thing Lux does is with the setting stone, help. And then
So Rhea, tell me, why are you on the ship?
Lux, I'm just going to clarify for you here, but it's going to be your action if you want to use it
then-
to enact sending, right? Because it's like you're casting the spell.
Gotcha, right,
Like,
right,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, then yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay, you have movement and a bonus action.
Yeah, can I flank with it? I know it's like kind of in a weird like
Yeah, sure.
I guess is it over here? Over here?
Yeah, I have it like kind of weirdly centered. You're able to like step down in here, up next to the pillar pedestal. I have words. But so you sending? What do you say to your friends?
Help! Help!
Ah.
What? We should go.
Oh, do they need more support to break it?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. Probably can't.
I thought they could
break it.
handle it on their own. I see.
I just imagine you both like finishing up the tea
Yeah.
and like putting the cups down.
Like grabbing a
I
scone.
apologize if I
and-
can't emulate
You-
the sound of a changeling fighting a shadow demon, but she's like, "Help us!"
I'll use my action to say pardon. What?
Sorry, I missed that.
Come again?
Come again?
Top of the round. Doc, you're up again.
Yeah, I am going to flank it with Lux and hit it twice.
You shift over to the side, the axe like flashing in the kind of like shadowy illumination. 28 hits.
For 7. 25 for 14.
Oh, gosh. This is unbelievable. I realized we didn't even have the map up. It's really just like Lux and Doc circling around this demon in the bowels of the ship. That is your action, Doc. You have a bonus action.
Bonus action. Waffle is going to hit it with his tail. 25.
25 hits.
For 9 force damage.
Okie doke. It is still up, though. It looks like very diminished as Waffle like smashes it with his little tail.
That's my turn.
Which will mean it is his turn, huh? Hold on one second. Let me do one of these again. Yep, okay, camera adjusted. It like just wheels on you again, Doc. 2 claws. Oh, 11 and 7. Those are both terrible. It misses. Your axe like flashing, driving it back as it's like trying to get a hold of you. You just like are driving it off. That's its turn. Lux, you're up.
Yeah, she's gonna swing with her great axe. 16.
16 hits. It's AC 16.
8.
For 8 points of damage. That's just regular slashing damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And then yeah, another great axe.
Hits.
For 10.
Slow roll 20 today.
Yeah.
You step in behind it, bringing the huge axe up over your shoulder, getting used to it. I think like tang, like it like cuts clean through the shadow, like hammering into like the pedestal that half this crystal stands on, and you then like slap the axe like backwards the other way, ripping it back through the thing, and you just hear this echoing scream in your mind, Lux, as quickly as it appeared, the shadowy construct is destroyed, driven away. And so yeah, I think that like yep, you guys have like a moment here before your allies make it.
Well,
Tell them never mind.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to run. We took care of it actually.
Oh, we weren't running.
Okay, good.
Wait,
yeah, no.
Certainly not.
Meanwhile, Reginald comes like trotting back out of the ship, having like doubled back to like retrieve all the gems. So
he's like throwing them up over his head. He's like, "All right, yeah."
Oh, T.
What?
Oh,
go back for the T.
Swirl it around. What? No.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah. There was a shadow demon. We got rid of it.
Took care of it, yeah.
Yeah.
From a shadow demon.
But no portal, black hole, gate to another plane, nothing.
There was like mist for a second, but it's okay now.
Is it broken?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty broken.
I think so. Yeah. Can I tell? Is it broken?
It's broken. Oh yeah.
It's
very broken.
Okay.
It's very
the
broken.
shadow demon trapped inside.
Maybe that could have been being oppressed.
Maybe,
it did say I am
attacked us,
free when it got out.
Yeah.
So
although I guess technically I attacked it first. Oops.
I mean, pretty threatening.
This is what I'm saying about the elemental.
It didn't hit you.
It might be being oppressed, but
I agree.
might also
but how do we
kill us.
let it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Line there for sure.
Yeah.
We have to try to reason with it. Can you reason with an elemental?
I'm sorry. What are we doing? We're attempting to reason with an elemental.
Not right now. We'll think about that.
I thought we were preparing to fight.
Ship, so not now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just hypothesizing that an elemental trapped in a ship to power it might not want to
and take a nap.
So you don't even know.
No,
just
we haven't talked to it. I'm just throwing out a hypothesis.
I know stuff about elementals, but I can think about that after my nap.
Yeah, you two should go sleep.
Yes,
Oh, we
go,
haven't?
go. You fought a
I
thing.
could also use a sleep.
No.
I could have some on my magic
I
deck.
will stay up and read my books.
Were we napping for a little bit or a long bit?
It's a great question.
I would love to nap for a longer bit.
Yeah, a short bit doesn't really do me much, but we can definitely do it.
Here is my question for you. Are you guys just gonna go like sleep and just hang out here and wait?
Oh, we
Put
could.
some
I mean,
people on
there are other
watch.
people that. Well, there are
Yeah.
other people that can drive the ship, so like we could technically start making our way towards the Aether station.
Yeah, I think that's a great call.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going?
Yes,
So
Reggie?
then, I think is the idea that you all are going to long rest. Maybe Reginald will help fly the ship along with others.
How long did it take
I
to get
think he
from
will
Aether
ask-
Station to the Decidium Spiral before?
Some days. I think it was like the better part of like a 10-day. You know, it's not like we're gonna be there tomorrow morning kind of flight.
Sorry,
Oh,
Rich.
great.
Interrupted.
So, yes, okay. So long rest, and then Reginald will fly the ship, and then we'll get back on regular sleeping schedules by the time we get to the Aether station.
Okay,
right?
just a couple of logistical things before we begin our journey.
Two ships.
You do have 2 ships now, so how are we splitting up our personnel?
I feel like Jake was the helmsman for the rover.
Yep, he's perfectly
Mhm.
content to drive the rover.
Yeah.
I can do that, sure.
Cade was over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you're gonna give me this ship, right?
Dude, just we'll talk
Just
about
wait.
it.
All right.
just
We'll
wait.
talk about it later.
Yeah.
I know. I
And
just
listen,
We're not saying
enjoy
no,
the
but-
sword. Like practice with that, because like
We're at war.
Just
You know,
relax.
you don't make the treaties mid war.
Yeah.
no, that's good. I mean, we should win, and then spoils
Yeah.
spoils of war.
Mhm.
Sure.
Except for
Yeah.
all the gems that we took. No, we're gonna keep all. But you know,
There are 2 principles that I would have in terms of how we should apportion this ship. One is our crew should not be outnumbered on either ship.
Mhm.
2 is that the device that opens up the prisoners should not be on the rover.
okay. I think Doc has that.
So I think
send-
we're
Yana and the Badman over with Jake on the rover, and then
Yep.
we sleep with you over on this
Yeah.
one.
yeah, I think so.
I've found you quite pleasant company. I'm not so sure why they call you the bad man. The bad man. Jeffrey. It's like Yana and the Badman like walk over towards the rover, easily taking on that job. So Jake, Yana, Badman flying the rover along with Cade and the prisoners down below. They do not have the key. The prisoners gonna hang out inside those cages. So this leaves you all on the Dragonfly with old Ben and Sharp Jumper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asterius can watch the orb.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't do weird things.
Okay, no problem. And so, Professor, you got to fly for a few hours. What's that like? Do you like flying the Dragonfly?
Not particularly. It goes slower than it does whilst others are flying it,
Oh.
but takes a more direct path.
Fair enough. And so I think that after watching like some conversation and the people like shifting to either ship, some farewell waves, we watch the Dragonfly's wings extend and begin fluttering, the legs kind of like folding back up in as you rise up off the asteroid and begin your transit. The rover much slower as it kind of drags across the rocky ground, pebbles and debris kind of raining down around the deck as Jake stands at the wheel with Cade at his side, and it slowly rises up, the flames of the trapped fire elemental bursting out of the back of it. And so begins your journey. A lot of you can like all take a long rest. We can the first day is like pretty uneventful as you're like working your way out of the edges of the Decidium spiral. You guys are very far out on the edges, so it's not like too difficult for you to get away from these asteroids. So yeah, you guys tell me, where do we open back up on like the lot of you together?
At a table looking at the magic items.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 3 stones and 1. Goodness, I don't know what you call this. A gauntlet of some type. Chain device. Who needs what?
I mean, there's 2 with the con, the con and the strength. It does seem there's 2 things. You could either give it to somebody who doesn't have very strong in that, or you could bump up somebody who does a lot of that
Still
stuff
listening.
Yes.
to make them even stronger.
The thing to keep in mind is that one must keep it out and exposed in order to benefit from it, which does make it susceptible to damage.
Yeah. So that's my thought as well. I agree with Rhea. I would love to feel a little bit stronger now, especially now that I'm wielding this bad boy. But
Do it.
But if we could hit harder with the person who already hits hard, then that feels good
Who
too.
is it?
I
don't even
would
know who that-
say,
I was gonna say I don't use strength to hit things. So
Yeah.
it's not
Right.
I have no need for a strength.
art. I get to use my spellcasting intelligence, so
Artificer stuff. Cool artificer shit.
Yeah.
so I think Lux takes the strength.
Awesome.
I would say, I would hesitate not to mention that with an improvement in my constitution, my ability to maintain focus on
was
spells
thinking the same
would
thing.
increase.
You gotta.
Do it.
That was
Who's
easy.
the most wait? Is there another one? Isn't there a third? Is it can't be surprised?
Yeah.
Can't be
can't be
surprised.
surprised.
Awareness.
Who's the most likely to be surprised out of all? Boo. Well,
No.
But,
Thought it was a shark. Yeah.
not me.
Yeah, no. Lux. is
Not
good.
me.
Not Lux.
Lux, do you
Yeah,
want
I
this
am-
this thing here? It does creates magical weapons. You want this thing?
I mean, if nobody else wants it, I guess I did just get the great axe, but it also just kind of does regular damage.
Yeah, make that great axe a magical great axe.
Can you? What is it? It produces Is it what type of
Force.
weapons does it produce?
Force, any simple or martial weapon, any weapon, basically melee weapons.
Yeah.
Like you remember when you were fighting Not Occam there? Like he created this like hammer of force that he came in and was like wailing on you guys with.
Yeah, give the planar warrior more force damage.
If nobody else wants it, like I'll take it, but like
My weapon is already magical. So
yeah.
I do have this Ion Stone of protection, if it would be of better use with someone else. There's no limitation for people to use multiple, but I feel uncomfortable benefiting so much from these items.
I mean, I think
what does it do?
what does it do?
It provides +1 to AC.
Who? Sorry, I'm interrupting. No, I think you could keep. I think you can keep it, Reg.
Yeah.
Who would benefit the most from not being surprised? Right. So if we were surprised, who can do the most?
Out of character, is it either the person with the lowest perception that we want or the person most likely to be like sneaking in?
It's Waffle, right? Yeah.
Waffle can't be surprised
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh,
He's vigilant.
Yeah, my
Oh, that
mistake,
should Doc should also not be surprised. Then that seems a good pairing. We don't really have. I mean, the bad man sneaks in a lot. I'm more thinking like when we got attacked by sharks and we woke up and we were Venice were very surprised. Who could have done the most to help us out in the fight had they not been surprised? This is one way I was thinking about it.
Like, do you benefit from not being surprised? Perhaps.
I'll take it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I got Reggie's taking con, Doc is taking awareness, Lux is taking strength, and Lux is taking the Ghost Gauntlet.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Now there's simply the matter of how do we surprise and defeat a very powerful caster of some type on his home turf.
That is the question.
Small beans.
Great question. Reg was never in the facility, just to like rewind what you know of the Aether Station. Reg never went into the place. The three of you did, ladies. Certainly you have these others who can like tell you a little bit. Cade has insinuated he has people at the Aether Station who would join him, right? You have these 2 ships. I don't know what your plans are, but you have a lot of like resources and information you could dig at here. So
Would Cade know if there's a place where we could park our ship that's not the main docking station?
Sure, but like the way the Aether Station is kind of built, it's like one sort of solid fortress. So it's going to be really hard for you to like get on it. There's no like, it's not like you could go a couple miles away and like park in the woods, right? It's kind of a small area, and coming in from anywhere, like somebody's going to see you, right? Yeah.
Gosh. So we have a couple days. We have some days, right, before we get there.
Yeah, you basically have like the better part of a 10-day here, yeah.
So we keep talking about the fact that like the Dragonfly has untapped like abilities or potential or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Lux would be like trying to like probably like spending a lot of time like trying to figure out what those things are, and like, gosh. Wouldn't it be really convenient if we had a cloaking device? But I feel like Lux would like spend time on that, as well as like probably getting a feel for this like
Okay.
I don't know what that looks like, but
Are you going to ask anything or anyone about like what else you might do, or are you just trying to like figure it out on your own, I guess?
yeah, I think she would like tell everybody like, listen, you guys, okay, so we've been talking a lot. We keep talking about the Dragonfly. It has a lot of things that we don't understand yet, right?
Does it?
Yeah, yeah, pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Like what sorts of things?
I have no idea.
So you don't know what we don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Where is Ask?
Here. I am always here.
Yeah. Oh, that was an unnecessary statement, but thank you for reminding us.
I was merely commenting on the spatial accommodations of your ship. There's nowhere else for me to go.
Are you complaining about how big the ship is?
I am not capable of complaint.
You keep saying you're not capable of doing things that you like definitely seem to be doing.
Yeah.
I am a learning device.
Right. Do you know anything about Dragonfly vessels?
Affirmative.
Can you tell us what you know about them and what they're capable of that maybe we don't know yet?
Affirmative.
It's just like staring at you, just like glowing purple eye, like levitating.
Allow me to search my data indices.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Hold on, I just
I like to think that there's like, elevator music as we're like just...
Yeah. Okay. This is not his specific knowledge base. He therefore cannot. He knows a lot of stuff about shadow things. But...
Fair.
Okay. Right. So +4. Let's see what he's got. Yes. I think that he's just like
Dragonfly class ships prior to the fall of the library were capable of penetrating the crystal spheres of the known realms that they inhabited. This is a Spelljammer vessel capable of extended travel beyond and outside of the space that we inhabit.
That sounds really cool.
What does that mean, though?
Like we can teleport through.
If you might imagine, the entirety of the space, planets, and astrological bodies that you are aware of were contained entirely within me, that would give you a semi-accurate perception of this material plane. Beyond the borders, there is nothing. But there are many other spheres. Navigation between them is dangerous, not always assured. Nonetheless, this vessel is capable of traveling between the spaces that exist. It is a hard concept to articulate.
No, you did great.
Seems quite understandable to me. There's spheres, interstitial space. We are capable of traveling between them in ways other people are not.
You have a formidable intellect.
Don't get any ideas.
I do.
On the contrary, please continue creating ideas.
You, Lux, you seem to be hoping that this ship would be capable of secreting us, keeping us secret. I don't know that that's possible.
No, I just don't know. Thinking out loud, I guess.
I
Wishful thinking.
The first time we thought about trying to trick Occam, we talked about using magic to disguise ourselves, coming up with a sneaky plan.
Yeah.
Your goal is to ambush this Occam
Yeah.
at a known location.
Yeah. At his location.
Yeah.
We had perhaps considered luring him, but I now worry that by destroying the beacon or whatever that was,
Yeah, I don't think.
the jig is up, as they say.
I think the jig was up when we killed the,
Yeah.
The what?
Bleh.
The simulacrum. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I do feel obligated to convey, if higher function is enabled in my processes, I am capable of transporting groups of up to 8 individuals to and from the shadow plane.
Right, but we're not trying to go to the shadow plane.
But, Doc,
But
should you choose to strike at your opponent from that place, he would have no means of foreseeing you before you were there.
But you cannot take this off. You cannot take that off.
I'm
What?
not wearing anything.
Just
You are the thing.
your thing being worn if you bond with somebody. This is just it's a metaphor.
I am not an article of clothing.
No. You're scary.
No, you're much creepier.
Ask, could you please give us a moment?
There's no privacy on the ship. You might as well just say it in front of him. He knows everything.
Yeah.
I will gladly leave you in your privacy.
You a
but
genderless orb?
No, it's fine. Doc believes I trust Doc's wisdom. Doctor's orders here.
Not that type of
I do not trust that orb within an inch of my life. Nevertheless, it does propose something that I had not previously considered. Not that we travel to the shadow plane, but rather that we travel through the shadow plane. It's an option.
Listen,
Who though?
I feel like Akko, like, he could be listening right now. You know, like,
Of course.
and we should scry on him, by the way, before we get there. Just saying.
Isn't there a portal?
Sure.
I guess we moved. We left. There was a portal where we were. That would have been convenient. Too bad we left.
The catch being like, yeah, okay, so you fly through the portal and now you're in the shadow plane. Like, how you getting back from the other side, right?
Good point.
Without like flying through the portal again.
We're just
Reg.
brainstorming.
Yeah,
there are no bad
brainstorming.
ideas.
Yeah.
in the brainstorming.
No bad
no
ideas.
bad ideas.
I'm just
Let us fester in our
Reg,
terrible.
you,
Yeah,
you
I'm
seem
just
to be
trying that.
pondering it, Reg, but the question is who? Who bonds?
What?
Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps perhaps a deal could be made with the orb, short of bonding with it. Perhaps there's some other means of traveling to the shadow plane that we had not yet considered. Perhaps there's lots of other things short of turning over our lives to this unknown object, which is filled with all sorts of terrifying information.
Terrifying and useful.
Or what if, like, we agree to bring you with us so you can, like, gather all that info. And, in exchange you, like, teleport all of us to the shadow plane? Can you only do it if we bond? Or could you, like, do it if you wanted to?
Higher function is prohibited without a designated and authorized user. Contrary to your fears and concerns, this was a protocol designed to ensure safety.
Wait, prohibited by who?
The designers.
Could you be redesigned?
Yeah, this is
That
what
is a question beyond my capacity for deciphering. It was a matter of accountability by designating individual long-term users. Our class of collection modules could be more appropriately handled.
How many people have you bonded?
None.
Oh, so it could be,
I
like,
think at this point,
really painful.
I have been inert for some time. Your geographic proximity to the plane of shadows reactivated my higher function.
He doesn't say higher function.
I think at this point, like, Reginald now, like, something sparked in his brain based on what the orb says. He is now going to find the other orbs that they have.
Mm-hmm.
We have two more.
I think you only have one more, don't you? Did you get two more? You have the one that Yavanna sent you with in the beginning.
Yes.
Which, like, this orb, your shadow orb, Ask here, told you was just like a very simple sort of like data collection module. This one is the one that you got in Cerelia.
We got access
That's
to
right.
one, but we didn't get to keep it, right? From Bridge.
Mati had a third. Yeah, Mati is in
That's what
possession
it
of one
was.
of Fred's original 7.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, so just have it bombed with Sharp Jumper, right? I'm just throwing out ideas.
What if Sharp Jumper doesn't want to bond with the orb any more than we do?
What if he does?
I don't know. Do you think Sharp Jumper
What
wants to be
are we
connected?
talking about?
Making
Are we
sure
thinking-
that the orb ends up in someone who we know we can trust, rather than it leaving us and ending up with somebody else.
Goodness, if anyone is going to swallow something,
I
it should be
mean-
the Batman. Let's be honest.
Already very shadowy.
I'm just considering other options.
As am I.
When
I do not mean to offer my input as some type of leverage in negotiations. I have no desire to do anything except accumulate knowledge.
You've said that.
Yes,
No, I'm just
this
saying,
this much
in
is
the hands of someone more nefarious, that's not a good thing.
could be what.
Yeah.
Oh.
I understand that. I simply want to let us table the notion of bonding with this thing for a moment. What other options are there? We could lure him out in some way.
I have a weird idea. Hear me out. This is gonna be kind of crazy, okay? So, all right. Gosh, how can we figure this out? Is there anything around the Aether Station?
What do you mean by anything?
Like, are there, like, gosh.
There's no like big planetary bodies or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's like literally this like half smashed up like keep, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But are there ships going in and out like pretty frequently?
With some like regularity, yeah. It's a smuggling station. It's not like a main trade hub, right? So like it doesn't have a ton of like traffic daily, but like sure, there's like a ship in and out every 10 day or so, you know.
So listen, I have some at bartering passage on their ships. My parents and I used to do it all the time. Shop around a lot. So we could maybe try and intercept a ship and ask if they could bring us into the Aether Station and just go in.
A sort of undercover mission. Leave the Dragonfly and the rover behind and bring only those of us who are necessary into the battle.
And
it does remind me of a story my father once told me of a large horse that was built as a gift for a nation. The people were hidden within the horse, and it was dragged into the central settlement, and it wasn't until night that they emerged from the horse, caught them unawares, and attacked.
I heard it was a rabbit.
Troy, good one. What?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, so we could do that, and we could keep a sending stone on the ship, like for when we need to peace out. And
Red, do you have any way of disguising yourself? You didn't go. You didn't go.
Disguise.
They don't know you.
Yeah, they
you
don't
could just
know
be
you.
yourself.
Yeah.
Don't need to disguise. I could be in here in all my
Wait,
boots.
unless if he's been scrying on us, right? Which we assume he's probably been doing.
Probably no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I shall wear a mustache.
There you go.
I actually might be able to do something about that. Hold on. Let me just read.
No, if you don't want to
something
have a
real-
mustache, you could
real
just
quick.
shave it. There's no magic.
Can you upcast disguise self? Is the question that I'm trying to answer.
I don't know if you can. That's a great question.
Listen, not to be Reg, I don't know if you're comfortable with this, and I don't want to suggest something that you're uncomfortable with, but
Please, by all means, if I am uncomfortable, I shall tell you.
those meanie pants, guys.
Those what?
Meanie pants.
The other guys like
The ones we got in a bar fight with.
I thought you wanted Reg to put on mini pants, and I was like, I have
exactly
no
what
idea
I
where
thought.
this plan is going, but I'm
That
here
is
for
what
it.
I thought you were gonna
Now this is the plan.
get in some tight
Yeah,
jeans.
we need you in some skinny
And
jeans,
Akam
Reg.
will be
Yeah.
so allured.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna send Reg in as bait.
Oh my goodness.
Lux, mini pants.
Meanie pants. And okay,
It's a mini pants.
I am not familiar with that term.
The jerk.
yes, thank you.
I am
Yeah.
familiar with that term. Excellent.
Well,
One needs to be more specific with the descriptions.
the guys that we beat up for you because they attacked us, I shot one of them between somebody's it was a really good shot. It was like the best shot I've ever taken in my entire life.
You might not have been there. We fought.
Yeah, you
we
weren't
told you.
there.
Yeah,
We fought those guys.
We defended.
Number one, they are gift.
Thank you.
You may say that around me. That is fine. Number two, you did not have to beat them up for me. I did not
no,
ask
they,
for
like,
that.
Aim to
No,
beat
no,
us.
we did it 'cause it was
and
fun.
They were mean.
We did it because it was fun.
That's true. It was pretty fun.
Number three, if you're asking me to dress as a GIF, I believe it is something that I could accommodate for a brief period of time.
certainly don't want you to do it if you don't want to, because we could probably figure something else out.
Oh, that'd be great. Briefs, mini pants, all the same thing.
Yes.
Let's look at our other options. I'm just spitballing here.
What exactly is the plan on
The
that?
plan would be, yeah,
I present myself as some sort of sell sword something.
I think we go in like offering to like sell Yana something that they would want. Not Yana, sorry.
Arkham.
Be like, oh, we've got some cool thing that you're gonna want. We figure out what that is, and then we like pretend to be the people selling.
Problem it would not work with Occam. He saw right through.
And what of you three?
True.
Saw right through me when I didn't look. When I looked when I was still looking like a half elf. Like he knew that I was a changeling. So it would not work on him. When we find Occam, that's it.
But that's how we get it.
Yeah. I think we should. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to go on another ship and then try to sneak into his palace and unleash anything that would be on our side, and then call him out and we fight him.
Like that unicorn.
Oh.
So
I made a little origami star.
Oh,
Yes.
so cute.
It appears that we have a plan.
So, but we got to figure out now. Okay, we got 2 ships here, right?
Yes, and now we need a third. What's good for?
So I think we set up scenario where it maybe looks like we've crashed into each other somehow, maybe, and try and flag down a ship. Like instead of just like trying to board somebody else's ship immediately.
This is the epitome of a D&D plan.
Reginald. This is also the professor.
Wait, can we just fly in the rover?
Yes, I was just thinking about that.
Why would he want to do that? He would know it was us immediately.
No, but he wouldn't know the state in which the.
He's talking to Morris. See, like he knows, like
right,
like a prisoner on his own ship.
You did tell Morris to keep talking to him. Morris was like pretty amenable to a lot of things. Rhea and Morris had a real good conversation there. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I am now very deeply understanding the predicament of General Cyforth, who once just charged into battle when he and his lieutenants could not agree on a plan of
How
action.
did it go?
Not well.
I'm starting to like this charge in idea. It's just, go in axis swinging.
I am compelled to point out you have a very nimble and maneuverable vessel. You could strike directly at the heart of your enemy.
Yeah, they drop us off.
Yeah, we could.
We get right in there and
just
then
be real sneaky.
Just like Jake.
Okay.
Well, we could use another ship as cover, perhaps. Wait until one is coming.
Behind a bigger ship.
So as to start sneaking behind. Perhaps even attach ourselves to the underside.
What if we get
like one of those fish that sneaks onto a shark?
What if we also get?
I love those things.
What if we also get the rover to go look like it's gonna park, and send
like a distraction?
Crash it into the.
Oh my gosh!
Where's Cade? He's on the other ship.
He's gonna be so
Cade's
upset.
gonna be so mad.
Do we have room for all those people?
Wait, who's gonna do this? Like,
well,
I was like,
prisoners
we should
here,
have.
Okay, so maybe we don't crash, but the rover lands as like a distraction.
On the docks.
Yes.
And then, not on you. In the docks.
Right,
and then we go.
Wait,
right? What?
I'm sorry. Do we need a suicide pilot? I know that you all are very protective about it. I pretty much joined this journey with the certitude of my death.
Many months ahead of you, Ben.
No.
All right.
But so the problem with parking the rover is that there are going to be people on the rover, and like people are going to come out to the rover to like.
The rover
then
needs
they
to
get
be
up and
the
go.
the safe. Yeah.
Does it move that quickly?
I don't know.
I mean,
No.
Like I don't.
It moves all right. It's not like it's not like as slow as a turtle. It moves okay.
What if it might move as slow as a turtle if Jake is at the helm. But perhaps Jake or Cade, if we trust him enough, would land the rover just long enough to create a distraction. And then as those attempt to board, then pull away, and then immediately leave Aether Station, pulling away with them all of the attention and forces, the vacuum behind which we then insert our dragon.
Does seem like a bit of a suicide mission for Cade.
Yeah, and I'm just worried. Like, listen, Occam has a lot of gadgets. Like, he's got to have some defense mechanism for the Aether Station, plus his own things that he's just going to send out after the ship.
I'm just imagining they should get eyes on the rover. It doesn't need to park.
Yeah.
But people should get eyes on it, and then they, and leave before. Make sure they get eyes on it, but then just leave, because then they have to chase after the rover.
So we pulled the rover just within view of the station, attract attention of some sort. It banks away. We wait until the time when another ship is approaching and there's all the pandemonium and confusion, into which you, Lux, then pilot us deep within the Aether Station.
We get out.
Okay,
sneakily.
so plan distraction or plan sneak in on another ship. What are we?
I don't know how we're going to get another ship.
I have
That's just
access to basically any ship that I want to get on ever.
Insight check, please.
Sorry, you want me to? Oh,
Insight
here,
check,
ready?
please.
Here you go.
Yeah, drop it in
Is
the
it an
chat.
ability?
Yes.
Ship's passage.
They have to be going there, right? Yeah.
Secure free passage on a sailing ship for yourself and your adventuring companions. You might sail on the ship you served on, or another ship you have good relations with.
And we're part
Because
of
you're
the
calling in a
Tamsake.
favor. Yeah, but can you just go to any random ship, or does it have to be one that you have a relationship
Listen, it would
with?
be a crapshoot.
I love the slow evolution here. I stepped away, but I hear I have access to any ship virtually. That
Listen,
thinks
I'm
well of
doing
me
it with Lux
because we're part of an
confidence.
30
imaginary
seconds
guild that
later,
I just made
It
up.
would be a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot.
Listen, Lux
slow.
at her 0 intelligence plus Taylor Covenant with Lux confidence are two very different things. But I mean, I have decent persuasion. I was built for this.
Also, decent persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Listen.
what about this? What if we wait until a ship is approaching Aether Station from a distance? We pull them aside and speak with them. If Lux is able to broker passage, then we could do that. If not, we wait until they actually approach the station to execute plan, distract, and insert.
Yeah, I like that. Backup plans.
Okay. Let's try it. I trust you,
Cool.
Lux. Let's go find a ship.
Thank you. The last time you guys said that is when I pretended to be like a kobold general or something ridiculous.
How did it
And
do?
we didn't end well. They did not buy it. So
Okay.
All right, DM, we have a
We have an
perfect
amazing-
plan.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
nothing.
Oh, I just heard a lot of plans. Let's just revisit here. Let me distill the plan. The
But I'm
plan
sorry,
is-
you don't completely understand this
What?
convoluted plan we've come up with.
Yeah, it's a great
I
plan. It's
love
a great
this
plan.
plan.
Wait, is it not what you came up with?
You're going to take both ships. You're going to stay a few days out from the Aether Station on a transit line coming in, waiting for another ship. You're not doing the fake crash. You're just going to flag them down and be like, hey, we need to leave these two ships and get on yours. And then you're going to land with the ship and try to infiltrate.
No, you
Occam
know what?
Attack.
You know what? We should only
you
do it.
put it
Hold on,
like
hold on. We should only hold on. We should only do it with the rover. The Dragonfly should not be there, because if they
Yeah.
say no,
Yeah.
and then they go and they're like, two ships are coming. You know that.
Yeah.
So then at
Yeah.
least
Just
at least if they see the rover, who cares? That's a distraction ship. Who cares if they see
Yes.
the rover?
What if we pretend that the rover has broken down?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Be like,
Yeah.
yo,
Right.
help.
already, you know, yes. And then in that situation,
I think.
And we're
we just
going to
need-
get parts?
Yes. Yes.
Mhm,
Yes. And we need the dragonfly just to be able to come in and swoop us up if need be.
yes. The
Dragonfly is the
sending
escape plan.
stone
Yeah.
on the yes. Exfiltration plan, important. I almost forgot. And then if we can get in that method, then we do not need the rover any further as a part of this plan.
Correct.
But if they do not give us passage, then we use their arrival in order to create maximum mayhem by bringing the rover within view, whilst we, upon the dragonfly, swoop around the back, whatever the back is in space. And then everything will work according to plan.
Sure.
The only thing is we're on the rover, and we need to be on the dragonfly if they don't give us passage.
Well, we can call the dragonfly.
Do a little bit of a
Switcheroo.
Pick up, flyby.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Also, can we? This is
No time for
this is a
opportunity
great
cost.
get-in plan. What do we do when we're inside?
That is many
yeah,
things
then
open.
we try to kill Occam.
Are we gonna try and release all of this?
Not everything. Some will
Just
kill
some
us.
things. Yeah, just
But
some.
like the unicorn.
Yeah.
And maybe other things that seem nice.
I will count upon you all to know which things shall kill us and which shall not.
Are we going to be in disguise?
Um,
We can't
For-
be.
on
I
the
can't
way
be.
in. On the way in, we should be.
What do you mean you can't be?
I could only do it for
Yes.
an hour. If we're
Oh, well,
Oh.
yeah.
well, we'll go in. And
I
then
can do it when I get off the ship, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
when we get off the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So our plan is, out of character, our plan is we are gonna get aboard the rover. Our friends are gonna pilot the dragonfly away. We're gonna pretend that the rover is broken down along a shipping route.
Mhm.
We're gonna wait for a ship to come by and attempt to flag them down.
Okay.
Try and convince them to give us passage to get into Aether Station. If that fail, and the dragonfly is going to be on the other end waiting to exfiltrate us.
Mhm.
If that fails, then we'll have the dragonfly come pick us up and go with plan B, which we can cross when we get there.
Who's staying on the rover? Cade? If they're like, come aboard, somebody has to be on the rover. Still,
That is very true.
it doesn't really matter if they say no because we have to meet our ships up anyway. But we do have to have somebody on the rover if they give us passage. We have to have somebody who can fly
I think it's
the rover and that we trust. So that could be anybody. But
This does beg the question, is Yana coming with us?
I don't know
I
that
don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
don't
DM question.
We would love for
I'm
Yana
not
to be
sure.
there.
yeah.
We'll see.
DM,
Well
can we
then.
have the paladin with us, please?
Yeah.
We'll see. You guys can say take Yana with you. Sure, take Yana with you.
We
When
still
you go.
we
I
still
don't
need
think-
someone to fly the ship.
Akichita.
We do.
I think it should be Jake because
Okay.
number one, if he runs into trouble, he has experience with like smuggling people, and like I think he could easily talk his way out of
He's a
something.
smuggler.
And ideally, the person who's on the road, like if we're leaving somebody just with just Jake, it's fine because the plan has gone good. It's been good so far. We successfully got passage to go, so we're leaving Jake with a ship that doesn't really.
Maybe Jake like and Sharp Jumper or
Okay.
just somebody else.
Yeah.
You know.
We have half a dozen people on this ship that are not us. We should be
Yeah.
able to disperse
Yeah.
them equally in a way that.
And then Asturias and Yana on the
Mhm.
on the
On the
dragon.
dragon.
Nice. Mm.
And the bad
Okay.
boy
Okay.
should be somewhere. I don't know where. Probably on the dragon. But...
On
You
the
don't even
dragon's
know
right?
where he is.
Dragonfly.
Nobody knows where he is. He's everywhere. He's nowhere.
Thanks.
Ben, stay on the
Okay.
dragonfly.
Yeah.
You got
Stay
it.
safe.
Right
please.
here.
Friends, on the other side of this, not to distract us too much, but we are going to have to make a decision about what to do with these ships and what to do with the Aether Station. But that's for another time.
Listen, I think when we're all done, as long as everything goes to plan, it will absolutely go to plan. Just give Cade the ship, and he can go drop off Morris and Westwind wherever he wants. He can go drop him off, or they can work on his crew, or whatever.
And then the fire elemental is his problem.
I think, that's a compliment.
Wait, let's see if Occam kills us first, and then we worry about all these things.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
If you are all killed by this Occam, I will extract my revenge.
Yeah.
I swear.
Go back
Ben,
to
Ben, if Occam kills us, you have to go live a very long and happy life.
I've done that already, Doc. By the twin moons of Cerelia, I'm here for blood.
You should go back to Cerelia and see how the Kobold Revolution is going.
you need to really spark that Kobold Revolution, my friend.
I'll be honest with you. I know we've got some mixed feelings about this Cade fellow, but he seems primed for a revolution.
That's true, actually.
He really does.
Yeah.
I think he would get along well with the War Beam.
Oh my god, imagine Cade
go
manning
introduce
a crew
Cade to the War Beam.
Kobolds and War
And War Beam.
You mean that angry old jeweler from Hiroto?
Yeah. Okay, so when all of our PCs are dead, all of the NPCs are going to go have a party, and that's Dragonfly every week.
No, that's two. We all build a new character. You can either be a kobold.
Dibs on the flesh-eating plant.
I just wanted Rich to have to do an entire stream that was just him and as 5 different NPCs talking to each other.
You guys got to take over the NPCs at that point.
Yeah.
So I
oh
think
man, who can do Old Ben? No one can do Old Ben.
You, Rich has to do Old Ben.
Yeah.
I would play Old Ben in a campaign. I definitely would. I fall in love with Old Ben. So I think Old Ben is just all right, so I'm going to stay here with Sharp Jumper. And am I keeping the orb, or are you guys taking that with you?
Wait, this is already not the right plan, isn't it?
Wait,
I wasn't paying attention that closely.
You were staying on the Dragonfly. Sharp Jumper and Jake are going to be on the rover with us while we flag down a ship. You're going to stay on the Dragonfly and stay safe.
All right. You got it.
Good. Great.
Okay.
Do I still have to dress as a geek?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
It's space, Professor. You can dress any way you want.
Exactly. Just maybe change something. I don't know. I'd just
a new bow tie.
I think the plan now is let's just go wait for a ship that comes through.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, we're just gonna post up.
I feel like this plan is gonna last for a day.
We get bored,
and there's gonna be no ship, and it's gonna be like, what do we think of plan?
Does anybody have sea invisibility, by the way?
Yep. I don't have it prepped right now, but I do have it.
Because, if Occam is scrying on us, then this is, all for nothing. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Wait, does sea invisibility let me know if we're being scryed
You can, see the scrying orb. That,
sensor.
Yeah, the thing.
Basically, there's, a little sensor that's kind of invisible watching you that would be, potentially visible.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Next time we sleep, I could do that. Also, should we scry on Occam?
Yes.
Yes. You all sleep. You sleep. We sleep. We all sleep. We scry. Scry.
Because Yana's on the other ship, you don't have the full capacity of advantage that you were for all these saving throws. You don't have a.
Oh wait, you mean that random assortment of people on various ships that we did had consequences? Okay.
Yep. Scrying. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get my Occam map.
Mm-hmm.
Where art thou, mine sweet Occam? What's my saving throw? Charisma? What am I doing here?
Right now.
Yeah, you definitely are going to want to immortalize this.
I need to figure.
Plan that we've got. Wisdom saving throw. As the lot of you circle around the crystal ball mounted in the pedestal next to the Spelljammer helm of the Dragonfly, and you try to conjure in its magic a vision of Occam wherever he lies, nothing clarifies before you. Gray smoke swirls in the crystal sphere, offering you no insight.
Okay.
So, stage 1 of the plan. Yep.
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 Can I cast see invisibility to see if he's scrying on us?
Sure you can. You cast see invisibility. Make a investigation check as you start scanning around through the Dragonfly to see if you can notice an invisible sensor anywhere.
21.
You don't see anything. There doesn't seem to be any invisible sensors here on the Dragonfly.
Great.
I do think... What did you roll? You rolled 21?
Yep.
I think you notice that Ben has on a ring that's invisible.
Ben!
Yeah! What's that?
What's this ring?
Wait, you can see that?
Yeah. Why is it invisible?
You have an invisible ring?
That's remarkable. Yeah, I do. It's my invisible
Answer
ring.
questions. Why is it invisible? What's it do?
It reminds me of my lost youth.
What?
Can I answer?
Oh
Professor,
boy.
can you come?
What?
What is everybody staring at?
Ooh.
Wait,
What's going
can
on?
I ritual cast detect? Oh no, damn it, I don't have detect magic prepped.
What is? Why are you accosting this old kobold?
He's got
Yeah,
an invisible
that's
ring
awesome.
on and he's being all weird about it.
I'm not being that weird. I
You're
just
being a
said it
little bit
reminds
weird.
me of my
Doc,
youth.
Doc, hang on.
I
I mean, in my defense, I'm pretty weird in
Doc,
general.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Let's all just.
Oh, is he that?
Okay.
So I think he's looking at you, Doc, and I think he's you can see it if you want. Well, I mean, I guess you can see it if you want.
Can I?
Here.
Okay. He just hands it to me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna instantly cause him to evaporate like the dude in Indiana Jones if he takes it off.
God, that's an even better idea. What I
Oh,
fucked up? No, he just hands you the ring. Yeah. He hands it to you.
He chose poorly. Great. I hand it. I grab Reg's hand and I put it in his hand and I'm like,
What is it?
I don't know if you need to see it to identify it, but if not, that would be great.
Well, I mean, it's really not that complicated of a story. I got it. A story.
A story?
Have you never heard me tell a story before?
Apparently not.
I can't believe we just got to that word after 25
Yeah, really.
episodes. It belonged to somebody that I loved when I was a young kobold, and I thought perhaps that we would grow old together and have a great brood of children and grandchildren and all manner of offspring.
Aw. What were they like?
They were beautiful. The sun used to reflect off their scales with a sort of greenish haze, the color of my favorite seaweed.
Did they have a name?
They did. It's not one that I say out loud these days much anymore. I think they might have chosen a different one if they knew they could.
That's right.
Anyway, I've told you about the ghosts.
Yeah. What? Wait,
They
what
didn't
happened
make
to them?
it.
Oh no. I'm so sorry, Ben.
It was really terrible. They were killed, and I thought they were vanished somewhere else, but I found their invisible corpse, and the ring was just invisible on their hand afterwards.
Sorry, Ben.
Wait, they're invisible. Why? What?
Yeah. Wait, did you say invisible corpse?
Oh, just trust the story. Trust the story.
We all are sent
It's
together in our adolescence. I've explained the whole ritual of the island of ghosts and the coming of age. It's a real terrifying experience, and they didn't make it through the night. I was looking for them the next day. I couldn't find them anywhere, and I tripped over something I couldn't see. And I could feel them, though, and they were cold. As cold as a mackerel that you just raised up on yesterday's catch. And anyway, this was their ring, and I've just kept it with me all these years to remember. Even though I don't see it, I can feel it.
Wait, but so were they always invisible?
No, the ghosts.
The ghost made them invisible, and the ring
I mean,
invisible?
I assume.
Or was the ring invisible before, too?
No, I used to be able to see the ring.
Mm.
Oh.
Does the ring do anything special?
Well, I mean, it just reminds me that it's invisible.
Oh, thanks for.
I don't think it does anything else.
Reg, are you casting Identify?
Oh,
No,
was I
I'm
meant
asking
to
out of
with
character.
you?
Like, are you casting it? Are you doing anything?
Are you?
No, I wasn't planning
Yeah.
on it.
Oh,
We should give.
Unless you
no,
want me
should
to.
give the ring back.
Mm-hmm.
definitely handed it to you in the hopes that you would, but yeah, it's fine.
In the hopes that you handed it to me,
Yeah.
I missed that
Mhm.
part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were holding
No,
on to it.
Doc handed you this
Put it
invisible
right in
ring
your
that
hand.
you're
And
like
said,
holding in your hand. It's
"Identify."
like, figure out what this does.
I apologize. I misunderstood. I think he would look to Ben and say, "Would you be okay if I took a look?"
Well, yeah, I mean, if you could see it, certainly. It's honestly just a memento. It's really a bit of a reminder of a life I might have lived. Maybe I am living
I think
it. Multiverse
see-
theory.
Reginald kind of swirl his fingers over top of it briefly, not using the ritual, but a quick cast of Identify in order to determine if it's magical in some way.
I was not expecting this to come up today. Okay. Mm.
It's very sweet that you have this planned out.
Yeah. And how long has this been planned out and none of us have cast the invisibility around Ben?
Okay, Reginald, this is how we're going to do this. I'm just going to show this to you. As you sit casting Identify over the ring, it becomes pretty clear to you that, in fact, this is a very powerful item, and you are struck that old Ben has been wearing it for all this time. And as the implication of what it is sets in on you, you recognize that it is not empty. I will give the professor a moment to read this handout that I have just made visible to him, as old Ben is just kind of like babbling at the three of you like, I used to be able to see it all the time. It was handed down from their father. He was not a pleasant kobold, but nonetheless, I've just always had it all these years, and well, just the weight of it around my finger, it made me feel a little bit more reassurance. Maybe in this life I didn't find happiness or have the life that I thought I might, but the fact of the matter is it could have been a lot worse. I might have ended up dead on that island all those years ago.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
has anyone spoken to you while you've been wearing this ring? Telepathically.
I don't think so.
Can I be? Yeah,
I'd like to
know.
insight check the kobold.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is happening right now? I'm freaking out.
Okay. Let's get to Reggie's. Okay, I think that he's like going on, right? He's like babbling at you guys. It's like this is like you two like trying to get the read on him, and he's like, I mean, when you go through loss, well, I don't know if you all have lost anybody, but sometimes it's hard because you think you can hear them, but they're gone. They're not really here anymore, and so
Ben, it's okay.
I don't think that there's anybody, but I mean,
Ben.
sometimes I hear things. It's hard. They told me that when I got old, my mind would hold up like it did when I was young, and the truth is, it's really scary. There are a lot of long nights. The Sahagwin didn't make it easy for us. I know I've got a jovial personality, but that's because the Fool Belters, well, that's just our way. It's laugh or cry. I don't think anyone's talking to me. Those are just bad dreams.
Lux is gonna like go
Dungeon
over
Master.
to
Yeah.
and like just
An
kind of
arm. Yeah.
yeah.
is our read of the situation that is his
yeah, I think
reality?
he's definitively like he's not lying to you, but yeah, you don't think that he's trying to like mislead you at all. He's being like pretty authentic, but like he's clearly like a little he's like rattled that you're asking him this.
Yeah. Ben, oh, Ben, it's fine. Everything is fine. We are your friends. We are here to help you and to support you. What you have had in your hands is a very powerful arcane object, and it comes with it the possibility of some attention. Friends, I don't know the best way to explain this so as not to hyperbolize. But what our friend Bent here has had upon him is a ring of mind shielding. It provides many arcane benefits regarding protecting one's minds and motives, but it also has built within it the capacity to store a soul.
I think Ben like gasps. He staggers back into the wall like, "What are you saying, Professor? The soul?"
I think it is possible that the person to which you have spoken, of which you have spoken, is in fact within this ring.
Okay, Ben.
It can't be. That's not possible.
Oh, I assure you it is quite possible. The question is whether that is in fact true. If you pass while wearing this ring, your soul does enter it, unless it already houses a soul. And at that point, you can choose to remain there or depart for the afterlife.
What?
As long as the soul remains in the ring, they can communicate with the person wearing it. So to whatever degree you think you have had a close connection with this person, it may in fact have been a real experience.
I think there's like a look of like pure terror on old Ben's face as he's just like, that's not possible.
And I think Reginald is like looking at the others, especially Rhea, whom he knows to like have some sense of people, like whether he has made a mistake in saying something.
No.
That's okay,
I think-
Ben. I know it's just right here. Just breathe, okay?
You don't understand.
I
You can't possibly. In those first months afterwards, I used to hear Busha all the time, but I thought I was going mad. I tried to push it out of my mind, and I thought they were nightmares.
Musha?
Busha
Option.
Greenstalk.
They were nightmares. Ben.
Reggie, is there a way to restore a soul?
63 years they've been trapped in there, and I haven't done anything.
You didn't know. You didn't know, Ben. You
couldn't
didn't know.
have known. And
Yeah.
hey, you kept them company. Like they weren't alone. You wore the ring.
Yeah, if they stayed in the ring, it's because they wanted to. It's because they didn't want to move on without you. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
63 years.
But I did move on. I did move on without them.
Well,
Oh,
Listen,
I think
Ben.
I'm not so sure that the last chapter in the story has been written. Reginald looks at the others for a nod of approval as he starts to kind of open up his hand. And gesture and hand it back to Ben.
I think he's like holding this like invisible thing, his hand's like shaking as he's like,
Perhaps if you've opened yourself back up to a conversation, the possibility of reconnection emerges.
I think he's just like looking at the nothing in his fingers, his hands shaking. There's like tears running down his poor reptilian face. You know what I mean? And I think you just watch him like he closes his little claws, like hand around it, and he's like, I don't understand. How could this have happened? I need some time, I think.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Just listen. Just I know that like this is you probably want to be alone right now, but please like just stay. You know, don't go near that orb thing, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Buddy says,
Please.
Yeah.
I think like Ben like quietly just like sits himself down in the corner, you know, and you just like watching him like, yeah, he's like going through some feels, you know.
Aren't we all?
I didn't mean for any of this to happen. This was this was not. It was a real rogue sea invisibility there.
Oh my goodness.
No problem. I'm glad I remembered all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think like the four of us are probably just standing there like
Yeah.
So
I'm in it.
Time.
does anyone else have any secret objects they're not telling each other about?
Yeah. Could you identify this?
Or
What? It's not a
Yeah.
trick, I see.
I'm gonna
Um,
I'm gonna make him like a hot beverage. Like we
Yeah.
should make him some
A tea.
right?
Yeah.
That
Yes,
you know. Rose.
Yeah, the whatever you
Shakira
made
hip
us
tea.
before.
yes, okay.
You know, like a week ago.
Yes. What? No, it was just the other day. I'll make some alpha and we'll be good. And yeah, I think like Reginald will go and start making some tea and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, you guys give Ben some tea. He's very quiet after all of this. And yeah, I think that. Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just was gonna ask, like, are we shifting forward in time? Are we like lingering in this moment? You guys tell me. I don't want to like rush ahead, but like, you guys.
I just
tell
would
me.
take a moment, like if once Ben is settled,
Mhm.
to like pull everyone else in another room.
Yeah. You
in a
guys are all
teeny tiny ass ship. Just say that thing is very powerful. It can make you invisible. It can block your mind from reading. It can allow you to communicate telepathically with other people. But I have to give it back to the kobold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
You
do.
do.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
But we should definitely inform him of the capacity to turn invisible should shit hit the fan.
And if
Yeah,
we can
that
talk
would
to
be
us
good.
telepathically, that's so useful.
Yeah, he's pretty loud, dude.
Well, then it would be loud in your head.
It appears to be a sort of a one-way thing, but still, other yes, okay. Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a plan. Preparations, rest, prepare your spells, all the things we need to do. It's going to
Yeah.
be great.
Okay.
And just quickly, Lux at some point would like after like giving Ben some time, like just go like and to him and just be like, "Listen, Ben, I just want to say, and like you don't have to say anything. I just wanted to tell you that like I'm really sorry that this got like, you know, was like hit you like a brick wall, and listen, I have no idea what you're going through, And but I just want to say that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do feel like you moved on, because like we just said to you, like if we died, like we want you to go live a happy life, a long happy life. And so anybody who loved you would want you to do that. So don't feel guilt about that, okay? And listen, we're here to help you figure it out, okay? You don't have to go through it by yourself.
I think like he sits nodding, and then he like looks back up at you, Lux, and he's like, "You're very wise to be so young. I know I joke around about it a lot, but I'm an old man. So just remember those words.
I know.
If it's the other way around."
Not going anywhere.
Thank you.
Not going anywhere, Ben. But
I think that he just like he holds your gaze, Lux, like looking you in your eyes, and he's like, I said the same thing to Bisha then. You know the truth. Some things are. That's just how it is. And you can pretend that tomorrow that the twin moons won't rise over Cerulia, but they will. Just because we don't want a thing doesn't mean that that's the truth.
I know, Ben.
I'm in no rush. I'm just trying to...
I know. And listen, I joke a lot too. But listen, like we're here for you. Don't have to be alone if you don't want to be.
Well, that I'm not.
Good.
That I'm not. And I think you see his like little scaly knuckles like whiten as he's like clenching his fist around his little invisible ring.
So like give him like a little like shoulder pat and like walk away.
Okay, cool. So yeah, days pass with this new revelation that old Ben has been walking around with an invisible ring with the soul of his dead lover trapped in it.
How long have you had that planned?
Yeah, I love that we found the item that the DM snuck on an
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Whoops. So the days pass as you travel in closer. I guess the camera like opens back up as you doing like your ship to ship transfer, right? The Dragonfly up on the edge of the rover, both ships kind of like slowed almost to a still as a lot of you are like moving onto that ship, moving people back onto the Dragonfly, everything getting situated. So let me just go through it one more time. Who's on which ship? On the rover are the four of you. Yana. Right?
Jake.
Yeah.
And Cade.
And Sharp Jumper.
Okay. And Cade and Sharp Jumper.
Yana is going to come aboard with us on the other ship, on the third ship, hopefully.
Yeah. Got it. And then on the Dragonfly, we get the bad ministerious Ben.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good thing there's so many of us.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really great.
Great.
Yeah. And so with the like ship transferred occurred, I think that there's a point where Cade's like, no, it's a good thing that you guys came back over here because I think those people down there, they're really hungry.
We've been feeding them.
I know. I'm just being a jerk of a DM.
That's all to Cade, not to you.
Oh, we've been feeding them? Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah. We're not like evil.
We're like the nicest. Like
we're just not letting them go until we
Yeah.
can be sure they're not going to like go back and help Occam.
Yeah.
I think in the midst of this here, Professor, hold on. Where am I? I gotta find all my people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got everybody in all the wrong places. Yeah, I think in the midst of this, as they're like talking, Cade would like elbow you, Professor, and like whisper. Not actually very quietly, apparently. Well, a little quietly. He's just
Probably the only way I would be able to hear him.
Hey, I know you've got a thing, but I found a stash of cheese. Captain had a...
Oh, were you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm trying to be surreptitious.
What? Did you say cheese?
Yeah, I found a stash of brie. The captain had a real hankering. I know that there's like a whole thing. Anyway. I got you covered.
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
No problem.
Where is this cheese?
It's right here. I think...
Has it on it?
Like casually. 15 was a stealth check to try to like hand off the cheese without being seen.
Thank you. I do not have any sort of gift for you.
No, it's all good. Listen, I know like we got off on the wrong foot a little bit, and I know these three, they think I'm a bit of an asshole, but I'm just trying to pay attention.
I do think you're a bit of an asshole.
Honestly, that's a pretty fair assessment. I mean, I am a bit of an asshole, but I knew they fed the last of your cheese to the prisoners, so
Also, Kate is walking around with like a Tanarok blade, by the way.
Yeah, he's got a big demon sword on his back.
By the way.
Does, yeah.
Well, thank you for the cheese, and I perhaps in the event that we do not see each other again, I would just say good day and happy travels.
Right, yeah. You too, big guy.
You frightened me, and I will now move.
Oh my
I think that's like walk away from each other. Okay.
I should say Lux at somewhere on the Dragonfly puts her I think she keeps her hand axes on her, but she puts away the giant axe and you
stash Cade's giant axe in the Dragonfly.
Yeah, and any
he's got one of your hand axes you left him with, right? Was he allowed to keep that, or are you just
no?
Really?
Fine.
He's just
no.
I mean, I thought we had
yeah, no, you're right.
I thought there was a moment.
There was a moment, and
No, look, it's fine. Take it back. It's really small for me anyway.
Wait, what kind of a moment?
I don't want it anymore. Just take it. No.
I mean, I thought it was a thing.
It is a
he's
thing.
Looking at you a little weird, Doc.
Listen, I'm just trying to organize myself, and we did have. You're right.
No, it's fine. I don't need it. It's really small. It was more like a memento.
No.
I
thought it.
I thought it would just help me remember you.
Just keep it. Just keep it.
All right.
Fine. I'm just getting organized. I'm sorry.
God, it's so awkward every time.
Listen, just relax, bro.
I'm really relaxed.
Well, you're not.
Well, this is a tense situation.
Lex, I think he has a thing for you.
No, whoa! This is...
Do I ever...
We just met.
I mean, it's been
a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Listen, you're all right, but just chill.
All right.
Good.
I'm chill.
And also, I saw that. By the way.
Why, you need some cheese?
No.
There's a little bit more. I didn't actually give it all to him, to be honest. Here's my question. Lux. Let's have you make some type of history check with advantage, as you are the most likely to be able to identify a route that's likely to have ships traveling on it to leave the rover waiting to be found.
18.
Okay. So, is there anything that's being done to the rover, or are you just kind of gonna park it and drift in this lane?
Gosh, can we set off a smoke something? Do ships come with flares?
No.
Do ships?
I mean, like they should, right?
Yeah.
It should be like an
Like
emergency
stress
kit.
beacon?
Yeah, like a distress something.
Like a short range.
I mean,
But this-
magic
not
does
one that's, like,
exist, so
Gonna get back to Occam, but some sort of like.
maybe
okay.
like
Let me
an
pull
arrow
up-
of fire.
Let me pull up my.
I thought you just gave me
my
one of these. Maybe a
wizard-
giant
I
middle
know,
finger.
I definitely one like this. But I'm like firing a
All right,
dragonfly
Taylor.
arrow.
I hear you. Sorry about the hand
I'm
axe.
sorry.
If it's absolutely necessary, Reginald could prepare some type of flare,
We have fire.
or if like a firebolt.
I was gonna say I could technically prepare pyrotechnics. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Just do a
Yeah.
firebolt.
I think a firebolt. Firebolt.
A
I could
firebolt.
shoot a
Yeah.
giant spectral whale.
Twin- Oh, will they
Okay.
stop at the spectral
No,
whale?
I don't want to waste. I took that back from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course you did. If they don't stop, the whale will stop them.
True.
Right? Okay. So, you guys let the rover drift on this route that Lux seems to have identified en route here to the Aether Station. Oh, brutal. So, the first day passes
Ooh.
and no ship arrives. The second day passes. You see no ship. How long are you guys going to be willing to wait? That's my question. As you're waking up on the third morning, kind of going through your shift, there's like people always awake on the deck of the ship, keeping an eye out, looking for stuff. So it's been 3 days and nobody's shown yet. You have not found another ship.
We should wait a
So my
week.
question is, how patient are you? Okay.
What do people?
A week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we-
Okay.
A week.
Is that a
That's
7
maybe-
day?
maybe-
time.
He
maybe
day?
spends
like-
a lot of time doing other things.
Maybe
So,
like four
lots of
days.
One more
days.
day? One more day?
Right?
One day
One
more.
day
One
more.
day more.
No. 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm on board with week.
Is that like D&D, like a 10 day, or is that 7?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just. I clearly rolled a 6 in the chat, so the question
Oh,
is. Like,
I
is it
didn't
6
see
days?
that. To be fair,
I know.
but I was advocating for a week. So either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's a-
On the 6th.
I think
Yeah.
I think it took us
I
a
think-
week to get
hold
here.
on.
Like, what is an extra few days?
I mean, yeah, we.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
And we-
I would like to roll something to deal with Reginald's impatience.
Okay.
here, because
Let's-
I think after about day 3. Let's see if he. Can I do like a wisdom save just to see if I
Mhm.
can keep my
Of
cool?
course you
of,
can.
Like,
Yeah.
I just okay.
18.
All right. You got like drink some tea, wait it out.
Frustrations
Here.
It's going to
mounting.
happen.
Tea
I think-
leaves.
As the days are passing, it's like strategy talk, right? Like, Doc is gonna sit down Reginald and be like, okay, so like when we get in, like, and we've spent this time like describing what it's like based on what we know, like where should we go, how do we get in?
Maps. Draw maps. Yeah, all that. I think also Reg is like spending some time writing like alone, writing a letter, which then I think he will like fold up and kind of like very noticeably put in like inside the breast pocket of his jacket.
Okay.
And is there any other strategy talk?
Just pulled up the map for us. Describe
Who has the releasey thingy?
The walkie walk?
the key. The
Yeah.
The key.
Who-
Key.
Yep.
Yep. Good question. Who's got the key for the cages?
you're
I think
normally
you should keep it, Lux.
yeah. You're shooting from afar. Makes sense.
Okay. Lux
Except
has
last
the
time
cage
you ran
key.
towards the demon.
Before, like, I think also in the strategy talk, we're doing like, spell talk. Like, who am I hasting? Who wants to be hasted? What's I can blow stuff up, but do we want to blow stuff up, right?
Yes,
Like,
yes, we do. And
Okay.
Well, not everything though.
Maybe not like big ones.
Nice things I don't do. Yeah.
Okay.
Akko.
Yeah, don't blow up.
Should I haste or should I blow stuff up? Which is more important?
We should blow a box.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, hasting Doc is like a
Yeah. It's
should be an option.
Okay. It's an option.
Okay.
I can't decide
Right.
if like I just love haste or I make characters that love haste. Like, what is
Both.
Why not both?
That is
both,
that's a
Melissa,
both.
yeah. As somebody that's had this relationship with haste since the 90s, it's both things. I think. So I think that the days pass. Reginald tempers his impatience. He writes, he studies, you strategize. The group of you have all manner of different conversations in the hours and days that pass as you sit waiting. And finally,
I want to come back to those at some point.
I'm glad
At some
to.
point.
Feels like there's a lot of air there. And so I think finally, let me figure out which one of you it is. On the 6th day, there's 4 of you, right? Yeah.
It's not me. I'll just tell you that right now.
Okay, good. It's not you. Doc, you're on
Yes.
the deck as the others are sleeping, resting. I think you're up here on the deck, Cade on the far side of the ship, like peering the other way when you see it come into sight, growing closer and closer. Have you been in space a little bit? You've been in space a little bit. You were on freighters with Lux when you were young, though it's been a long time.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think you recognize the ship before you're even able to like see its name etched across the side of it. It is a massive, like bigger version almost of the rover with additional sets of like sailed wings down low, a wooden sort of classically built almost naval ship, though it has a kind of ferocious prow on the front of it that has almost like these blades arcing down the front. The name of the ship is the November Storm, and as it approaches and you see it, Cade like turning and catching sight of you, he just like nods and gestures back for the cabin. He'll go get the others. I don't know if you bother casting a pyrotechnics to flag them.
Can I do a firebolt instead?
Sure, absolutely you can.
Yeah. I do that.
Reginald will
Also, does
prepare
November
his
exist?
costume.
That's a
Sorry,
great question.
continue.
November's not the name of a month that you've ever heard. But yeah, the name of the ship is the November Storm. You don't know of any calendars that contain the word November. But you fire off a couple firebolts into the air, and it's at that point, I think, that like a consolidated kind of beam of light, almost like a spotlight, like emanates off the front, and it like shifts panning down on your ship. And I think that you see movement on the deck, crewmen like flashing at each other, the small forms of people in the distance. And I think that we see the sails like begin like closing in on the body of the ship itself slowing as it begins to pitch and turn, circling around to the rover to engage you. And I think that's where we'll leave our adventurers tonight.
Yeah.
Damn.
I did not mean to like bring you that close to the edge and then like leave you hanging. The Ben revelation was like some time that I wasn't anticipating, but I like your plan.
Okay.
It's a plan.
Gosh,
Wow.
these I've just been waiting to use these skills, and like, gosh, I just hope it works.
Mm-hmm.
Charge your dice.
Can you tell us, Dungeon Master, was it turning to confront us aggressively or to
No, I think that,
answer our signal?
yeah, I think the read is they see this ship and are like slowing to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? As they're like slowing themselves down.
Cool.
Guys, this was wild. I hope that was fun. I hope everybody had fun. I definitely had fun. This was like a very all over the place session. A little shorter than usual. They were flying very casual. That it does. Fly casual. This was really an interesting one, you guys. A lot of little stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making plans so hard in D&D. So hard.
Because you just know it's
I'm
gonna
just
go bad.
glad.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we did not bond with the deep dark orb that's going to kill us. Right. That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
I mean, really.
Yet.
It had to acknowledge in that moment that like there was a way for it could like assist you in your plan. Like
if you enact my higher function.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think if Lux wasn't so against it, I think Doc would be like
100
more. But Lux is like so vocally against it. The Doc's like, yeah, that's totally a bad idea.
I feel like it's not really Ray up to be like, just put it in anybody. Just put it in Sharp Jumper, but also. You put in Sharp Jumper, it's fine. Basically, like a magic.
Sharp Jumper doesn't want to bond with the creepy
I'm
orb.
saying if the Sharp Jumper wants to, then they can.
Yeah.
If Sharp Jumper is really looking for a lifetime bond with something,
true.
Boy, there it is.
Plane to plane. Come on.
There's a relationship. Yeah.
Dark Jumper.
I'm called Dark Jumper. My name is
You
Shark
miss being
Jumper.
hugged. What about eternal
Jumper.
bondage?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, watch out. Rich might get taken down here off of Twitch. Wow.
I know. We're getting racy. Getting all worked up. My word, you guys. I really was not expecting that. To like see invisibility. I'm like, oh gosh. Like, oh no. Wild.
I could have just pocketed the ring and just not told him.
Oh yeah.
I could have just, been like, he's not ready for it.
I was curious what you would do. I liked handing you secret information, but the professor's a good guy. Yeah, he's a sweet man.
Yeah.
GIF person. Yeah.
Yes. No, he's a sweet man. He cares. He cares deeply, even if he doesn't understand how to accept gifts of cheese from random men with too much testosterone.
It's hard sometimes playing characters who are morally
very uncomfortable
good.
for him. He doesn't understand people like that.
Yeah.
Kate's got big bro energy.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
he
He's
really
just
does.
like,
I love it.
Let's give him a full-on relax, bro, tonight.
They really it was like instant like siblings.
Yeah.
Is like what happened there. It's like,
Bro.
like, dude, chill out. What's your problem?
It's all very funny. It's very funny to me. Well, that was episode 24. Next time, episode 25. It seems you have a very clear plan. We are in like action.
We
mode
might
now.
finally fight Ak.
we're in the end game of this arc.
I think
maybe.
that we are. I think I'm gonna nudge our paladin and see if we might be able to get them here for this event, and we'll take it from there. Next Tuesday we shall be back. But before then, I'm sure you all will be doing like fun and interesting things out there in the world.
Out there.
Somewhere out there. I don't know if anybody watched Sabotage this afternoon, but we became obsessed with Queen very quickly on in the stream. And so like I've just been thinking in Queen puns all afternoon, and now I want to sing, I guess. But I won't do it now. Melissa, you've sung on a D&D musical, which just went up on the podcast feed today.
Good.
What?
Boom.
It just went up
he's
on the
the professional.
podcast feed today.
That's more of a professional segue than that stupid mobility thing that got invented 20 years ago. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, Melissa is on the journey home at D&D Musical along with the aforementioned Davern Kane, our buddy here in the chat right now, Dave Malone. That got loaded up on my YouTube this afternoon. It's in the podcast feed of post-show recaps on the patron feed. But Melissa does more than sing and stun your big bad enemies. What else do you have going on in the world,
Does she?
Melissa? Yeah.
Sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
Rude, Troy. I podcast over on the patron feed for post-show recaps for YA. We just recorded our Divergent wrap-up podcast. Surprise! There's no second Allegiant movie. It never got made, so we're not covering it. So it's the Divergent wrap-up this week with Alex from the Discord, which is very exciting. And then we're going to take a week off, and then we're doing Maze Runner. So we're kind of doing the trilogy of post-apocalyptic YA, just one after the other. And so Maze Runner, we're bringing it home to talk about another movie that was filmed in Vancouver with a very troubled production story. So we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, catch me here for Humble Year. When we do that, the first 3 episodes are available, and they're adorable. So Yeah.
They are extraordinarily adorable. Melissa's YA podcast has got me on a journey where I'm watching the Divergent movies, or I watch them all, and then in my YouTube feed, like, it's always stalking me. Google's listening. So they're like, hey, check out this whole video about how the last Divergent movie never got made and what's going on here. And I almost sent it to you and was like, she's a master of her craft. She doesn't need me, like, sending in little notes. But I realized in my re-examination of that franchise, gosh, it's bad. You and Kevin are really good podcasters. And also, I totally conflated it as the same thing as the Maze Runner. Those things are all like one single entity in my head. So I'm excited to hear you take them both apart and like get there. I'm really looking forward to it.
So good. And it's so sad.
Yeah, Allegiant made the mistake of trying to explain its weird post-apocalyptic thing with like genetics without actually understanding how genetics worked. So I may have got a bit ranty on the last Allegiant podcast. Sorry.
Well, I can't wait. I'm like so excited to have that waiting for me in my life. Taylor, how about you? What do you got going on? Anything exciting you want to hype up?
Gosh, I don't have much going on at the moment other than stuff I'm doing over here. But
it's all good stuff.
It's amazing.
Keep an eye out around here for stuff that Taylor is doing. Rania, at Rania422 on Twitter. Go give her a follow. You will see when stuff is coming up. Troy, how about you? You like to hype things up and point our attention to important stuff in the world and say, valuable messages to humanity?
Yeah. I will point you to critically important things like a musical soundtrack that you should listen to on Spotify, which is the Hunchback of Notre Dame soundtrack. Off-Broadway, but wonderful. Apropos of nothing other than I was just starting to sing that as we were leaving. And it's really phenomenal. Like, they can't do it on Broadway because it requires such a huge chorus.
Oh, wow.
And that's what makes the cast recording remarkable. So go check that out. Hunchback of Notre Dame, not the Disney musical, but the off-Broadway musical. And I don't even know it's technically called Off-Broadway. Anyway, you'll find it. Very good stuff. Other than that, it's December. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. Like I said at the top of the show, like, I don't know, some's gotten in the water and some people just like, you can always be the combo breaker. If you're like, people are being nasty to you, you can just like take it and then decide not to pay it forward. So I know it's difficult this time of year, but be the person you kind of want to see in the world. That's my take. Back to you, Rich.
Yeah, just seconded, right? Like, choose kindness. It is the retail season. Folks out there, like, working hard jobs. They're in crappy positions. They don't want to have to tell you X, Y, or Z. Be gentle. Like, just take the extra breath. Be kind to each other. Be kind to your family and your in-laws and all of this as we're, like, ramping up into the season of tension and unreasonable expectations. Also, take your vitamins. Cold and flu season out there. I'm Rich Filiberto. I'm DM Philly. I do this stuff all the time. It's cool. I love all the people that I have here. It's a delight. What do we have going on this week? We have a ton of exciting stuff. So first of all, Wheel of Time podcasts. I'm like in crazy Wheel of Time mode. It's great. You all should watch it. I'm podcasting about it weekly on post-show recaps, accompanying book club. Those are always recorded live here. So if you're following the channel, then you will like get the word when we go live to talk about that. I'm podcasting about Arcane, the like huge Netflix like breakout success. It's really good, you guys. That's on the patron feed for post-show recaps. It's gotta kind of opt in to get it, but it's worth opting in.
Yeah, you opt in, you get Arcane, you get YA, you get D&D musicals, you get
you do. It's
all
in
all
there
for $5 a month.
A mere $5 a month, you can listen to like all this stuff, and it really is like pretty much worth it. It's a good segue though, because on Saturday, Grace Leader and myself and a couple of our friends, Austin from Humblewood and the aforementioned D&D musical, and a couple of our other friends, Taylor, who may be a person that's here in the chat with us right now, and our dear friend Touchdown Tommy, the editor of the Journey Home, the D&D musical. The five of us are going to get together and play Microscope. We're going to do a little world building, and we're all like super excited about it and kind of nerding out. But big plans incoming for anybody who's like still here at the end of all of this. Like, I will be launching my Patreon in January.
Yeah.
And this is one of the projects that, like, I've been talking to a bunch of people about, of the kind of things I want to do once we're active, is to, like, get a bunch of us together, play a game of Microscope where we build a world, and then when we're done, be like, gosh, what role-playing game this works for this weird-ass world that we built, and then play that game in the world. We got a bunch of fun ideas coming. It's going to be very, very, very exciting. Anyway, that's it. That's my gist. Thank you all for following me. Thank you guys for, like, hanging out tonight. We really appreciate that. And that's about it.
Grace.
Grace.
No, it's okay.
Did I skip you? No. You go, Grace.
It's all right.
You should go because I want to raid Smelly Cat when we're done.
Okay. All right. On Twitter at @HighFromGrace. Succession on Mondays with the post-show recaps. A feed with Josh and Jess. Very, very fun. Also doing movie coverage over there. Might have a guest who's in this call right now coming up next week. We watch
Is it me?
West Side Story. Yeah, I got to book you. It's Melissa. Melissa's gonna come on and talk about West Side Story. It'll be fun. Also in the Patreon feed, we're covering Matrix, leading up to the new one that comes out. Watching all those. I was on the Survivor Q&A patron show over on Romp as a Podcast last night on Monday. That was very fun. I thought that was a lot of fun. So yeah. That's it. On Twitter at @HighFromGrace.
Awesome. I was going to raid Smelly Cat, but it seems she has stopped streaming just before we did, so I won't. I will stop stressing it. I will merely say to all you guys again, thank you very much. I have such a treat playing this game with you all every week. It's a delight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out there. I really appreciate your support. Couldn't do it without you.